Yo. It's Grapsody with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, got to fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between. Yeah, it's all that, and we're down with Fightful, better fallback. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
You know what it is? We're here. It's Saturday. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. Of course, I'm here with Righteous Reg. On a jam-packed week of wrestling, a lot of other weird occurrences other than wrestling.
Great way to describe it. Your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, your favorite commentator, Righteous Reg in the building. It's Saturday morning, Oakland, California, feeling very good. Yeah, Phil, a lot of me opening my phone and being like, oh, that's weird. That's interesting. That's something. Oh, man, that happened? Damn, that's crazy. A lot of people are talking about this. Yeah, just an interesting week of developments, I'd like to say. But beyond that, how's everything, my friend? What's going on with you?
Still getting used to staying up every night watching G1, trying to get my internal clock back together. Other than that, it's cool. It's chill.
Life is back to normal after New Japan finished their big tournament and Phil could finally get a full night of sleep. He never gets a full night of sleep behind the scenes bit. G1 has nothing to do with my friend's sleep schedule, as you probably have gathered throughout this podcast time. But yeah, man, what's going on? Phil, every day is what I say. What's going on? Like
yeah.
I don't.
I
sighed a lot this week.
I was very unhappy to see the passing of Michael Wright. If you don't know, Michael Wright, legendary. Eddie King Jr., Money Talks, multiple other movies he's been in. Great actor. 5 Heartbeats is like one of the greatest movies ever made. I don't care when it's on. If I turn on the TV and 5 Heartbeats is on, I will sit and watch it. It's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, talk about a like universal Black experience. It's kind of like when we talked about the Jackson American Dream movie and like how like our generation, we all knew that 5 Heartbeats is exactly the same. Like my cousins would like spend their days watching and quoting this movie like for weeks. Like it just still like if somebody hits the group chat right now with the quote, like everybody's gonna just bam, bam, bam. It's such a like institution for our generation. And like I went into Facebook this morning and like my uncles are all like everybody that like he affected is just like so hurt about it. So rest in peace for sure.
Yeah. That's a big dampener to come into. Also rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere. I said it when I did the stream on Monday. Still crazy that is like that's like current news. Hadn't even made it to 40 yet, which is wild. And I think of like all the things she was attached to, whether it be Heroes, Remember the Titans, like all these things, people posting that Bring It On clip of her dancing in the gym.
So good.
Yeah, just still very shocked by that news.
Yeah, rest in peace to Hayden. It's crazy her age because like she's so close to our age, so like we watched her grow up and experience a lot of the stuff at the times that we did in a way higher and crazier scale, and for it to seemingly go down how it went is super unfortunate. And the way that she was talking about her experiences and things in her book she just put out and all that to come down and then this to happen is super unfortunate. It's so much death around, Phil. I think that's what's really kind of crazy. Like, I've had some friends, shout out the homie Ruben passed away recently from cancer, and it's just like I'm tired of opening my phone up to see that people that I came up and did this with are dying.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really sad. Also, rest in peace to the Pharaoh, Ron Cromartie. The guy I used to interact with on and off on Twitter, and out of nowhere he was like, "Hey, I trained Swerve," and I was like, "I did not know that." And so when Swerve put out the post yesterday that he passed away, and he was saying that that was his first trainer, I was like, "That's okay." Like I said, I've interacted with this guy multiple times on Twitter. Like, it's just wild. Like, somebody could be here and then be just gone.
Just talk to him. Like, everybody says like the same thing. Like, I just talked to this person, or I just saw them, or I just this, and it's just like, cherish your people. Yeah, rest in peace to Big Ron. Like, anybody that like, it's like no secret to people. Like, Swerve is up there for us. Like, maybe number one for me, and like the fact that Big Ron got him to being that person is something. And the way that Swerve talks about him, and multiple people I've seen on social media talking about him, he left a pretty lasting impact for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how much I want to touch this other death that happened. Because it wasn't like I was stunned, like, oh, okay. Like, it was just kind of like, wait, this is real? This isn't a bit? And like, it took me a minute of like scrolling to be like, wait, this guy's really gone?
You just never know, Phil. Like, you got to be, it's not that you're skeptical. It's just that like how things move today. It's like rumors can start really quickly. Like, somebody could have just came on and been like, hey, this is a thing. And then like that spread. So you got to like kind of investigate. And then you see like an obituary and you're like, oh, that
was also how we found out how Rovert looked, because nobody knew what this guy looked like. If you have not been on the internet, known like troll, shit poster, whatever you want to call him, Rovert passed away like out of nowhere. And when I saw it, I was like, wait, this is real? And then, of course, for years, nobody knew who Rovert was, what he looked like. And so when the obituary came out, I was like, oh, it was so like shocking. I was just kind of like, I don't know what to make of this. And I was having a hard time processing it. And not because I think like he's like this great guy and like he was this like impactful person on me personally, but it's one of those things where if you're a message boarder like I was, like, like just like the daily occurrence of, seeing somebody on the board, and Twitter has become like this big message board for the wrestling community. And 100%. So, Rovert has been a big part of the wrestling community for the past few years. Like, even if you didn't know him or you knew of him, I mean, clearly a ton of wrestlers knew of him. He had some kind of sources somewhere because he every now and then would say something that looked legit.
He was, it seems like from the talk yesterday, he was in a lot of people's DMs, Phil. A lot of people's DMs.
I got that from all of this as well. Very strange guy, but this is also, along with the messenger reporter part, this is a part of just like wrestling fandom and just how weird wrestling fandom is. Only in wrestling fandom could somebody like Rovert be this well known throughout the community. Which
like caused a ruckus, Phil, like was like a person out here.
Which is funny in itself. But yeah, I definitely knew of Rovert. Before we started this podcast, I had him muted for a long time because he used to tweet weird things at me, and I would see how he talked to other people, minorities and women included, and I was like, yeah, let's get this guy out of here. And
that was my thing.
it took me some time to realize after we started this podcast that he was a big fan of what we do here because I had it muted for a long time. And so I had no idea that he listened to the podcast. And then it was pointed out to me. And then I started seeing all of these tweets from this guy, like really giving it up and saying like, we do a great job. He was very complimentary of us and what we do. And
like right after our like every Saturday, he'd be like, great, that great Grapsody today. And it'd be like, huh?
Yeah. Which, man, more than appreciated. About a month ago when we talked about the Swerve thing, I hinted at something he tweeted because I was like, what's that about, bro? But I assumed it was just Rovert being Rovert because I'm used to him at this point. And this is kind of what makes all of this kind of funny and surreal. Of course, not funny that he passed away, but just how funny life can be sometimes. He tweeted something like Swerve's group chat needs to time their tweets better to make it less obvious. And so I was like, and it was the same day that I asked, where's Swerve? Why hasn't he been on TV? And it was like a bunch of other people tweeted at the same time. And I was like, I had nothing to do with what nobody else is tweeting. I just tweeted it because it's a valid question and I'm wondering what's going on. And so when we addressed it on the podcast, I hinted at him tweeting that. And again, he listened to the podcast. So he just so happened to send me a message and was like, hey, man, didn't mean anything by that. Wasn't talking about you. Just wanted you to know that. Keep up the good work. And that was kind of that was kind of it. And I just said, nah, all good, man. This is cool. That was it. That was our last exchange ever. And a month later, he's gone. Like, what? Like, there's so much about that that's funny to me. But like I said, it's not that he's dead. It's just like the absurdity of all of this. It's just
of everything.
It's just crazy.
It's crazy because, like, if you were to ask Rovert who like his favorite wrestling media personality was, he would say Philip Lindsay, and that's like
I don't think he would
comprehend. It feels like it from like some things that I've read. I'm like, I think this guy was like a gigantic Philip Lindsay fan, and that is just hilarious.
Yeah,
life is just weird. Is everything like what?
Yeah.
Like I had the same kind of emotions, Phil, when I saw the picture, and I was like, whoa, and then all the dots started connecting, and then I was like, we had this thing in the past, and then he really liked our podcast, and he's a really big fan of my friend. It was just like a crazy amount of emotions and informations that just kind of came in.
Yeah, very strange. Like I said, did not think that first of all, him sending a message to just clear the air and apologize in itself was funny to me. But then, like I said, just like the timing of it, of him being gone a month later, is just like, what?
It'd be like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be like that's everything.
I don't know what to make of any of that. I don't know how to process that. And again, none of this is to say that I believe that he was like this great guy. And I mean, it was very also funny to me. And this is again, wrestling community. It was funny to me to watch people eulogizing this guy yesterday and almost like painting him like worthy adversary. Hate to see this happen to him. Wait a minute. We're talking about Rover, like the Rover that I know that trolled constantly and like.
I saw some that were like, he dragged me through the mud, never said a good word about me. This was hateful, was this and all this. But you know what? A good guy underneath. I was like, it doesn't.
Bro,
huh?
like,
what?
Okay, bro, dragged me for filth. Can't believe he's gone though. Gonna miss him. Just all of that is so wild, man. But what a internet life this guy led at the point. The fact that it was very split on should you be celebrating this guy's life or not is in itself crazy. And I guess the takeaway from this is be careful how you treat people, man, because it always kind of comes back on you. And treat people how you want to be treated. And he seemed like a guy that was like nice to people that he appreciated and he was loyal to, but he was also pretty like
Hateful
and nasty to people as well sometimes. So it's kind of hard to reconcile those two things, but thus is life. You know, with all that said, of course, you never want to hear somebody just passed away, and that he had friends and family. So condolences to his friends and family. I don't know if, like I said, I would be out here putting out like this like loving tweet about like what Robert meant to me, but yeah, just wild, like the wrestling community at large, and just like I said, how the internet has changed so much, and how the message board style of posting has spilled over onto Twitter, and that's become such a big thing. I don't know.
It's so funny.
I don't know
Phil,
what to make of that sometimes.
They still talk about like, oh, the IWC, and like we talk often about like how it's all this, and like that used to be this. I used to be over there. We used to be over there as the other guys, the message board fucking sickos, essentially, that really like Japanese stuff and really like this other stuff, trying to get into this world. And now that's everybody, like you said, Twitter is a gigantic message board, and we're all on it. So like for the playing field to kind of be even, and things that happen on social media can happen on your favorite wrestling show, and like all these things kind of happening is just so weird. It's been such a weird week, and all of this is just, I'm like, what is going on? What a wild life.
Very, I and I would suppose people would take from this, like, now that this guy is gone, and some people talked about how much he harassed them and how much they didn't like him. You would assume the message would be, hey, be better people, be nice to each other. Of course not. Lessons are never learned.
No.
No. Pretty it's safe to say friend of the show, ex co-host of the show, posted what he thought about people celebrating his death, and well, really not even people celebrating his death, but just in general, the idea of celebrating death on Twitter. And people responded in kind. I saw a lot of people calling him names and all of this other stuff, and I was just like, but wait a minute. If all of this is you guys feeling like you should be able to celebrate this guy's death because he sucked, why would you then get on Twitter and do things that also sucks? I don't really get the idea behind that, but
yeah, this guy was bad for all these reasons, and then hey, maybe not celebrate death, and then they do the same thing that the guy was doing. It's like, but
that doesn't really make sense to me. But again, Twitter. I've expressed many times how I feel like Twitter is a terrible place, and
this is why all the drafts exist in my head now, not on Twitter. Like I have thoughts on a bunch of things, but like there's no point over there. They don't want to hear your thoughts.
No,
they drug our homie through the mud. I got on. I was like, whoa, they're really.
I seen
letting Double Dub have it out there.
Seeing people calling him all kind of names and subtweeting the guy, and some of the people I saw subtweeting him, if they saw him in person, it would be all love, and they'd be all trying to dap up and be around him.
Next time they see him, it's going to be the same way.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of goofy, but also not surprised because it's Twitter. I don't know. I had nothing for you on it, guys. I wish people would be better, but I have learned to not expect that from the internet.
This is weird.
Everything about it was very strange. I mean, like I said, how like abrupt it was, and processing it, and then also like watching like the response to it, both negative and positive. I was like, everything about this is just like really weird.
Yeah. A lot of on both sides. Maybe you could have kept that. Maybe you could have kept that one in the drafts. I don't know why this keeps making me think of Meltzer. Maybe because of the connection that Rovert kind of had to the Wrestling Observer. But is Meltzer not the funniest guy in wrestling media, Phil? Like far and away too.
Bro, Meltzer putting out that quote this week of him saying, "Hey, still haven't reviewed this match yet."
Why is he still talking about
Well,
it?
probably won't get to it this week. Probably won't even get to it next week. I'll get to it eventually. And it's like, bro, we're getting up to 2 pay-per-views away at this point. You gotta review this match at some point. And then he was arguing with people back and forth that were trying to hold his feet to the fire. And I was like, all this time you're spending arguing with people, you could just turn this match on and rate this match.
Because Phil, he keeps being like, I don't have time, man. I just can't get it in here, and I don't have time to sit down and watch it. Like, you have a lot of time to be fighting with fools on the internet, though. You've been fighting for 5 hours straight at this point. It's just wow. I'm like, and at this point, are people still waiting for this, Phil, or is it just like,
yes,
we like Meltzer, give it up, dude? What's going on here?
People are still waiting for it, and I think at this point, it's like, this is so crazy. People are not going to let it slide, and so people keep asking about it, and then his answer kind of makes it worse every time.
It does.
And I saw where someone tried to point out to him how this looks crazy. The optic of it looks crazy that you're doing this with 2 black women, which it really does. And he was just like, how can you make this a racial thing? And I was just like, how can you not? Look how it looks like it. He would never do this to someone like Will Ospreay, ever. And so it's hard to not be like, hey, what's going on here?
I saw this clip of Yaya talking about, someone is asking him about how all these black-led shows keep getting canceled, and he was like, he's like, how the optics look crazy, like regardless of how you feel and what's going on in politics. He's all, if you just look at it at the optics, it looks crazy. And that's what I keep thinking with Meltzer, like regardless of what motivations and excuses and anything that you have, if you just look at it and it's 2 black women that had a really good match that people want the response of, and you're just doing everything in the world not to review this, what's going on?
And everything about it, you were at the show.
You were there, dude. I watched it with you. I could see him while the match was happening.
Yeah. Listen, man. I know you didn't want people to get mad because you were going to give this match the 4 1/4 or whatever you were going to give it. You weren't going to give it the 5, but
no,
just put that rating out. Move on, dog. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Just put the rating out.
And we all know it wasn't going to be a 5, G. Like, we know. Just, I don't even know why he never originally dropped it. Like, pressure is on. The pressure is super on now. It was on then, but like now
had that guy running scared, buddy. Had that guy running scared. Wouldn't put his rating out. Zeno Hour. That is, everybody kept dragging that Fat Joe tweet back up. Still very funny. Again, everything about this is just so absurd. The fact that Fat Joe tweeted Rover, and I don't think we ever found out why he tweeted that at him. Was it an accident? Like, what? Out of all the accounts to tweet, like, how did this happen?
It's so weird though, because it like fit, like it like felt like an accident, but it's also like, well, these words kind of work though.
Yeah, everything about it was very, very, very funny. Yeah, and there were several other old Rover tweets or things that came up that were very funny, but yeah, of course, never gonna tell anybody how to feel, because some people did feel like, hey, he never did anything to me, and I found him harmless. That's your experience with him. But if other people did feel like this guy harassed them, like, they have every right to be like, nah, I don't like this guy. I'm not personally in the business of celebrating anybody's death. I don't really get anything out of that. But as usual, I can't tell people what to do on the internet, because they're going to do whatever the hell they want. And people, as we know, find it very cathartic to dunk on people. And this is where we're at. So,
nobody will ever do anything on the internet like that, just talking enough to be like, this person should die. So that's kind of where I land on it. Like, Rover, I didn't really fucks with him, but like not enough to be like, hey, he should die. And like, it's kind of crazy.
Can't wait till he dies. Like,
yeah, like, what? No, it's not enough. It's just like, hey, that guy's over there in a part of the internet that I don't exist on. That's where I go with it. But people want to kick you when you're down and throw dirt on your grave. So
yeah, like I said, I had him muted for a long time, and I only unmuted him after somebody pointed out that he was saying things about the podcast because I wanted to see what he was saying, and then that was kind of it. But it wasn't like I kept interacting with him and stuff like that afterwards.
Just so weird.
Everything about it is very, very bizarre. But wrestling, can't say that. Yeah.
You going to lockdown? Okay, yeah. Send in your super chat.
Send in your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchat.com/Fightful. I don't know what this lockdown you're speaking of. What is that?
It's in your city, man. They're there for you. You can probably get in right now.
The Usos are now in my city. That's what they're doing. Lockdown. New Day. Lockdown. American Alpha. Lockdown.
Of course, you guys doing a bit. Denise Salcedo, my friend, has asked me 5 times this week, do you want to stream? I'm like, Denise, leave me alone. No. Lockdown, get out of my phone with this, you crazy person.
Lockdown. Yeah, all jokes aside, there's a TNA show here. I don't know what's actually on this TNA show because I haven't watched TNA in quite a bit.
Name one match from the show, Phil.
I have no idea because I haven't watched TNA in quite a while.
Oh, yeah, I can name one match. Look at me. The damn stipulation match was said in fucking Leon. And if Leon loses, he never existed.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. Send me an email.
Send me an email.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into some of these super chats. You know, we appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the greatest. The other Mikey V says, I think I'm done with the Athena's MIT arc. She's too good to need interference, and the interference spots are the worst part in her matches.
Yeah, we'll get into Death Before Dishonor. I thought really, really good show in terms of like the in-ring. The wrestling was great.
Fire.
I'm ready for Athena to move on from Ring of Honor. It's not just the MIT thing. I'm just ready for her to move around, move away from this part of her career in general. Like she's just been,
because it just feels like the same thing. Like it's like she's been doing the same bit. Like the matches are amazing, but it's like there's no forward movement.
There's no forward movement for her character. The matches feel like they're structured the same way.
Yep.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for her to do something else.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into it.
But the match was excellent. I mean,
of course.
Like I said, we'll get into it, but very much ready for Athena to do something else.
Mm-hmm. Van Twinblay says Ilya's free. Mercedes is getting in on the Bailey trolling. Continental Cup, more like Continental Cup. Get well soon, Eddie and Nigel. More like the Moxley fucking good time hour. I don't know. The Moxley pleasing show. What is this, Phil? We got it. We're gonna get into that too. But I'm like, what's going on here again?
Sure. I was confused, first of all, and I had to go back and I realized that I didn't pay attention to the rules of this tournament because I was very confused as to how the matchups were happening. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's like the best place as any to get into the Continental Cup stuff because I was like, well, wait a minute. I thought before I went and looked at the rules that the first round matches were all just the blind draw. I didn't realize all of the matches until the semifinals are the blind draw. Mm-hmm. And so when the match was announced for Wednesday and it was Mox versus Jay White, I was like, well, I assumed that match would make it all the way to the finals. Uh-huh. And I was like, wait, what's the bracket for this thing? And then when I looked for the bracket, there is no bracket because it's all
developing.
It's all blind draw until it gets to the semifinals. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's an interesting choice. And some of the matches in this have been really good.
Of course.
But as a concept, I was just like, It's a tournament though, so you would assume you're eventually going to get a bracket, and there is no bracket. They're just giving us the matches as they go, I guess. And then the Jay White of all of this. I assumed Jay White was going to make it all the way to the finals, and then
yes, win potentially.
Yes, as soon as I saw the graphic for Wednesday night and saw that the match was Moxley versus Jay White, I was like, "Oh, Mox is winning," and sure enough, that's the result we got. Really liked the match. These guys have had good matches before in the G1, but I knew where it was going as soon as it was announced as the Wednesday match, and I said, okay, kind of feels like this is just heading to Mox going to the finals and winning. And we also have the news that Nigel is injured, which I was also confused by because he had to pull out of his Death Before Dishonor match, but he's not pulling out of the tournament. He's still in a tournament.
He won.
So so the official report is that he had an injured foot, right?
Yes.
But he's still in a tournament, and he didn't have his match at Ring of Honor, which had a story and a stipulation, by the way. But he's staying in the tournament, and then he won his tournament match, which leads me to believe he's probably going to make it all the way to the finals, and his injury is going to play into the match in the finals, probably against Jon Moxley.
Huh? How? I'm like, not yet. There's a lot here because like Nigel beat Nechicero with 1 foot. It's like, okay, they keep telling us that luchadors can't do it, and then like showing us again that luchadors can't do it even on a one-legged guy was crazy. I guess because we're going to Wembley, that's another story to tell with Nigel. That's where we're leading. I thought because we were telling this Bang Bang Gang versus Death Rider story that Jay White was going to be it. But I mean, if we're going to do a sympathy Nigel injury story, if he wins, I'm not mad at it. If he wins, he's not going to win.
I don't know. This work. It seems like a worked injury at this point.
Yeah.
If it's not, I have other questions.
Absolutely.
It seems like a worked injury, and I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure why the tournament needed that. Which I don't want to go back to if we really needed the tournament to begin with, but the way the tournament has been booked so far has been really bizarre, and the Nigel part of it is strange. The other news we got was Eddie Kingston also had to withdraw for the tournament because he wasn't cleared. We got a really good play-in match on Death Before Dishonor to decide his replacement, and cool. But yeah, the blind draw of this just threw me off because again, I guess I just did not read the rules properly, or I guess I skimmed over it and I missed the fact that the quarterfinal matches were all going to be a blind draw as well, because I was really confused. I was like, wait, how did, but yeah, hope Eddie Kingston is doing well. That does not seem like it's worked because he also had a Ring of Honor match that he had to pull out of, and it seems like they're saying like he is definitively out of the tournament. So,
and I think he pulled out of a show last weekend to somewhere like a Canadian show, maybe. So
yeah, so
love out to Eddie Kingston for sure.
Yeah, best wishes to him. They haven't given us a official update on why he wasn't cleared to wrestle, but hopefully he's doing okay.
Yeah, unfortunate. It's just having a tournament, Phil, that people we're confused why you're having this tournament, and then to make the tournament confusing while you're having the tournament, an interesting choice is all I'm thinking. Like, and then I'm like, again, if this is just like to make Jon Moxley look dope again, he already is dope, you guys. He doesn't need any more help, and it seems like they just are continuously helping him.
Yeah, and I mean, you already have 2 big matches that you're building around. Hey, this is their hometown. This is going to be you're going to get the home country pop with the British with the Brawling Birds and Will Ospreay. I don't know that you necessarily needed to do this storyline with Nigel for the same reason.
Yeah,
and it kind of just feels like Nigel's just going to lose. And even if he does win, great, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of this. And it could pan out. I mean, look, I'm never going to be upset at getting to see Nigel wrestle.
Absolutely.
I'm sure him and Moxley can have a dope match if that is the finals. But the way we're getting there is leaving a bit to be desired.
So it's like fan service, essentially. They're like, maybe we'll get more people to Wembley if we have a bunch of home country and people that represent on the card. I'm not mad at it.
Maybe. But yeah, Continental Cup is.
But also, like, where the fuck is Tekla? That's another story. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things that I've been holding my breath, hoping I wasn't right about, and it's very much looking like I was right.
I think you're right.
And I don't want to keep hammering the point home about it because I don't get it. I don't get it. But chugging along with the Continental Challenge Cup. I wanted to say Continental Classic Cup, Continental Challenge Cup. We're getting Claudio versus Daniel Garcia tonight. Daniel Garcia won his play-in match from Death Before Dishonor. I believe there's another match tonight, right?
Yes, Orange and Kyle.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, 2 more matches, and then we've got some matches Wednesday. Checking it along. Yeah, everything about the Moxley stuff is kind of strange with how it went because it's like they had Moxley involved in the Ospreay and Kenny stuff, and then he got plucked from that and put over here for this tournament. And then you would think, okay, we're just going to go straight ahead with Kenny Ospreay. No, we're for some reason involving Don Callis family now, which... Huh?
It keeps being like Ospreay's telling the story of I want to do it on my own, and I don't need the Death Riders, and I don't need this, and then now they just why isn't it just Kenny and Ospreay? Why are there so many extracurriculars? It's legit driving me insane. And like they tried to help this week, Phil. I saw by like Don wasn't on the show. Like all of his members were on there, but he didn't have a strong presence where we were like, damn, another Don Callis fan thing. But Don's presence was all over this show.
Yes. And the Ring of Honor show.
And the Ring of Honor show. When they came out after the tag title match, I was like, you guys, what's going on? What are we doing?
Yes. I have noticed on the Tekla side of this that Mercedes has been saying dumb bitch quite a bit. And I was like, maybe that means something. Maybe that's leading to Tekla coming back after All In if Mercedes wins, and that's going to be the next big opponent. Maybe that's leading to a triple threat after All In. I don't know. It doesn't seem like she will be at All In, though. At this point, almost a week away, I don't think she'll return and be added to a match or something at this point.
It's not looking good, man. The show's next Sunday, dude. It's coming up. Like we're on the countdown to it, and for her to not have any presence, I mean, we could be proved wrong. There could be collision. There's collision tonight. We got another Dynamite, but it's not. Like, what are they going to set up in that time? And for all the stories that they've told with the other stuff, it's so unfortunate just because of how much of an amazing job she did as champion and deserving to have a spot on this. But this week I've been sighing all week, Phil. Like, there's been Motor City Machine Guns talk, and everybody that's like, oh yeah, they just did it for the Detroit pop. Like it doesn't matter. They're going to All In. I'm like,
yeah. It does seem like they just wanted to get the big reaction in Detroit, and then
why?
Because it's Detroit, and you knew you were going to get a good reaction for them, and then you could sort it out after All In. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but I don't understand why they haven't at least had. I mean, I know they've appeared on Collision, but I thought that they would at least do something else other than that.
There's a space for a Motor City Machine Guns match, even if we're trying to tell All In stories. It's not that hard, my G.
Yeah. Appreciate your super chat, Van. The other part of his super chat where he says Ilya is free. That is the other part of the news this week. Ilja Dragunov is officially a free agent. He's leaving WWE. His contract expired, as I believe it was reported by PW Insider, and then Fightful confirmed it. Then we got that report from Meltzer where Meltzer said that the belief backstage is that he's a great wrestler, but he's not a numbers mover. He's not, and that's right with this growing pattern with WWE. So I can't say that I'm stunned by it. The thing that is kind of shocking is that Dragunov was doing great on SmackDown at one point as U.S. champion. They had some good storylines for him as well. They had the feud with Carmelo. You had matches on the table that they hadn't done on the main roster yet. I kept waiting for them to do a Dragunov Gunther match because their matches on NXT were so good, and it never came. And he had his moment with Brock in the Rumble that looked away, and I was worried at one point that he was off TV because something happened backstage or something. But this kind of makes sense as well with just the trajectory of the company with TKO. It does seem like we're seeing more and more of wrestlers just disappearing from TV until their contract expires, or when a wrestler is up for negotiation, all of a sudden they're off TV and WWE is completely cooling them off.
And it's starting to be 1993 again from the sound of it, because they're like, all these guys are too small. We like gigantic guys now. And it's starting to be a pattern. And I'm like, I don't know if I like where this is going, because they're sending out conflicting, confusing messages, Phil, because their tryouts are full of not gigantic guys. They're full of indie wrestlers and full of people that should be the future of this company. And like, why are you signing all these people if that's not the vision? Like, if Obafemi and the big guys are the what you're going to go with, then yeah, but don't like lead the small people on for this time, because it feels like everybody that we like Finn Balor is not long for this world. You know what I mean? Like, people like that they're moving in a different direction, and like, if that's what you're going to do, then I guess do it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like conflicting messages, because it feels like, you know, Triple H has been telling us since the Black and Gold era, he likes these indie guys. He likes all like the Garganos and all and ROH guys. But then it seems like the company is like, we want superstars, we want celebrities, and I don't even think that's we don't want small wrestlers. Yeah, it's not. I don't even think that's we want small wrestlers. We don't want small wrestlers thing. I think it's like we want names. We want people that are household names, but it's like, how do you make household names once the ones you have go away if you're not doing the work to develop the ones that's coming behind them? And I guess you can say you have homegrown guys like Oba and Braun that'll eventually get there, but it is a funny coincidence that the biggest match you booked this week were two very indie guys that turned into WWE superstars.
That was the match of the week of like exactly kind of the story I'm telling now of people that you thought would never make it in WWE are like in the main event, but then like sometimes like there's been a couple of examples of like Dragunov and like Killer Cross and like some people that like they're gonna excel in WWE and be. There's no way that they can't see what these guys, the potential that these people have, and they don't see it, and it doesn't happen like that. And there's some people that are still wasting away Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne in this company that like it's crazy. And so to see that he kind of saw the writing on the wall and was like, well, I'm going to take my talents elsewhere is it's refreshing. It feels good because this guy's a hooper, a heavy hitter, like one of those he doesn't know if this is real or what this is type of wrestler that's scary. And I still think he has a tremendous amount to offer to pretty much any company in the world at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we don't have for sure if this was his choice. We just know that the contract expired. We don't know if WWE allowed his contract to expire, if he told them that he didn't want to take a pay cut. It could have went either way. We just don't know the specifics of it yet.
So many stories could be told here.
Yeah. But yeah, officially Ilja Dragunov is a free agent. When you look at the style that this guy wrestles, when you look at his look and everything, this guy looks like an AEW wrestler. I'm sorry. He does. Like, there's so many matchups that you can have over there. I mean, at the same time, the idea of this guy showing up in Japan and going to New Japan, sign me up. I would love it. He's got a ton of options, man.
What is this AEW side people when somebody released from WWE, then they go on this tirade about how they can't come over here and we don't need them and the roster's too bloated and all of this. Roster's too bloated is the dumbest argument that I hear because like wrestling is survival of the fittest, dog. If they bring in another big dog and he starts going off and he has better matches than the people there, that's the point of this. Like, you want to have the best fucking wrestlers here doing their thing. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. There's people rotting and catering and there's all these things. Yeah, that's kind of the wrestling business. There's a thing that people need to know about AEW wrestlers, and like, you can't, it's not over for you. If there are AEW wrestlers out there watching this and you're like, how do I can't get any forward movement, go wrestle in an independent wrestling place, go cook anywhere, cook in Ring of Honor. If Tony Khan hears that you're cooking somewhere that's not his show, but you're under his contract, he'll put you on TV, dude. So I don't think there's a roster's too bloated problem. I think there's you gotta fucking make it happen problem, and that's like another story for another day because wrestling moves in a certain way. But I'm not on the side of the roster's too bloated. Bring this guy in. When Kyle Fletcher tweeted his picture, I was like, yeah, two guys that want to murder each other. Who doesn't want to see that, Phil? Who don't want to see him and Kyle Fletcher?
Yeah, Dragunov versus Kyle Fletcher sounds like a banger. I mean, Dragunov going in and having the Ciampa matches and Darby Allin and Takeshita,
Swerve.
You name it. There's so many matches. The Ospreay match that we can get out of this. Like, there's a bunch of like dream matchups for this guy.
Too many.
I just think every time we see these things and somebody gets released, and it's just like, I wonder where this guy's going. That sounds exciting. And then people are like, yeah, he better not come over here. And it's like, when did you guys turn wrestling into this thing where it's just like, I don't just watch the show and enjoy it. I turn into talent relations. I turn into like, marketing agent, and like, I need to know about ratings and all these other things. Like, why do you care about all those business parts about it that have nothing to do with you? Like, I just will never understand consuming wrestling that way. But
I'm just like, damn, these will be good matches. That's what I think about it. Over here, he'd have good matches with these people. Over here, he'd have good matches with these people. Not like any of the extracurriculars of bloated rosters and he was over there and he works this style. Like, no, dog. Is he going to have fun matches over here? Yes. With who? With these people.
Yeah. And I mean, it depends on who the wrestler is.
Yes, for sure.
Like, I think some wrestlers, I'm like, I don't know how they fit with what AEW does. Ilja Dragunov is a when the bell rings guy. Everything else is extra. Like, he fits perfectly with what AEW does. Like the pay-per-view company, the matches company, that's where he belongs. I don't know why anybody would not see that in him. And even if you're not seeing that side of it, as somebody that loves New Japan and like seeing this guy wrestle in a company where people hit each other very hard and strong style is the law of the land, I would love to see him over there. Whatever he does, I would love to see this guy continue to cook because he's a fantastic wrestler. People turning this into not my AEW signing. It's just like, bro, I just can't get with that line of thinking. I don't know why people do that, but
not over here. We don't need him over here. We do need him over here. I don't know why you're saying that.
Wherever he wants to go, wherever he negotiates a contract and he ends up, I think he's going to do great. And there's so many guys, like I said, in AEW that I think he would work very well with. There's other companies that I think could use somebody like him.
The New Japan lineup, if you go down the list of guys in that company, there's like 10, 11, 12 heavy matches that could be done immediately.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot for this guy to do, and I'm sure he won't be a free agent long. I don't think he has a non-compete because his contract just expired, so he can show up somewhere within the next few weeks.
Let's go, baby.
Which is exciting. Like I people, like I said, turning it into we gotta look at like the utilization of these rosters.
Utilization of rosters,
I guess. If you say so, big dog.
I'm like, wait, you brought a graph? I thought we were just talking about good wrestling. Utilization of rosters is killing me.
Bro. I mean, and then you get into Tony never cuts people because that list came out of all of the wrestlers whose contracts are expiring soon, and people are doing he never cuts people, and that turned into should he or shouldn't he cut people? And it's like, well, I don't understand, guys. You want to be able to say this is a business when it fits your argument, but then you don't want to say it's a business later because a part of business is people get cut and people get released. It's not good, of course. Nobody wants to see anybody lose their job, but it's a part of the business. It's a part of running a company.
I do think it's interesting the kind of contrast between WWE and AEW. Of WWE will do a mass release thing yearly, like we see it all the time, and AEW just like is the total opposite. They're just like, you're locked in for 5 years and you're not on TV. Have fun at home for 5 years. It's like that's kind of a crazy thing. Like the names on that list, like Britt Baker and Wardlow, I was like, but why? Like, why are they? I just don't understand the point of keeping them. Like, I mean, I guess you've iced them out at this point. Like, it's not going to hit the same if Britt Baker or Wardlow go to WWE. But like, dog, huh?
But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll hear some news about Ilja very soon because, like I said, I do not think he'll be a free agent long.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. Underutilized over there on the main roster for sure for what he did in their development brands and kind of the reputation that he built. Feels like I thought he was going to be world champion over there and we were on our way. And then I saw Brock Lesnar eat his chops and I was like, oh, there was that.
Bro, the U.S. title picture is currently Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin is wrestling Yachty at a Sunday night main event. And at one point, this was Dragunov and Carmelo having great matches. At one point, this was Andrade in the mix in the U.S. title scene. And now it's...
Is it a title match? Is Yachty getting a title shot?
So the stipulation is Trick Williams lost to Corbin at SummerSlam, and then he lost his rematch. So Trick, of course, is like, give me another match. And Corbin's like, no, why would I give you another match? I beat you twice. And so he's like, I will give you a match. But if Yachty can beat me, if he can last 5 minutes in a match with me, then I'll give you a match. And so that's the Sunday night main event match.
Oh, they did the old paint themselves into a corner booking. I love it here because, like, if Corbin doesn't end of days him in 1 second and Yachty last 5 minutes. Like, why did Yachty last 5 minutes with him? And especially with the story that they're telling with Corbin every time he shows up on TV, Phil, they're like, he's this crazy jiu-jitsu guy. He's won 89 matches in a row. And like, if Yachty lasts 5 minutes with them, what?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, so I'm sure they're trying to do the let's do something with a rapper in Atlanta thing. And
Totally.
I don't know that you need to do that, but listen, they've been trying to chase the success they had with Bad Bunny for the past 2-3 years. So they're going to get it eventually.
They have. I'm excited for Yachty, though, man. I'm not mad at him. Like, every time I kind of sit back and analyze what it is, like, this rapper is like living his dream, managing this like really cool wrestler that like people love, and like he's having so much fun out there. Like, as somebody that's on both sides, the hip hop and the rap and the wrestling side, like, this is cool, but also like somebody on that side is like, you couldn't make me want to see a match less. Like, Baron Corbin and fucking Little Yachty are gonna wrestle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send me somewhere. That's the opposite of what we're talking about, Phil. Dragunov and Kyle Fletcher, or you can watch Baron Corbin and Lil Yachty have a 5-minute challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I agree. I agree, J. Roy, because Jay's saying contracts should be honored unless they mutually want to separate. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But I also think part of the business, if you know you're not doing anything with someone and they're just sitting there and they can't be happy just sitting at home, you don't have any interest in using them, why are they still there? Why don't you just cut them? And
like, why isn't it mutual in this point? Like, you feel away and they feel away. It is mutual. So like, let's do something.
Right. And I don't know that that's what J. Roy is saying. I don't think J. Roy is disagreeing with that. I'm saying that specifically for that kind of situation where somebody's just sitting home, you know, you have no plans to use this person for whatever reason, and they're not happy, then let them go. Like,
should be both sides. That's how I feel. Yeah, like, because there are people that are definitely not. No one's happy to sit at home, dude. If they're not injured and they're just at home, not wrestling, none of them are like, this is great. Like, they all want to be wrestling, dog. Like, in any company, anywhere, like, these are wrestlers trying to be on a wrestling show. So, yeah, if you want to go, and they know, Phil, like, there's names on this list that, like, they're never going to be on TV again, dog. Like, let them go. Come on, man. We can see it. We know. I see the writing on the wall. Yeah. Like, shout out to Kip Sabian. Like, he's a hooper. Why isn't he on TV? I don't know, man.
I don't know. We got some more super chats.
Mm-hmm. The homie Meet Norma says, sup, partners? The Different World trailer looks good. I'm going to keep Netflix a little longer. My commanders are on. ADHD going crazy. Appreciate y'all. Same here.
Appreciate you. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a sitcom. Does not look like the Different World we remember. People were very upset at this Brandy remix, and I was like, no, it sounds good. And
definitely looks like they took some notes from the Fresh Prince reboot of, like, it's going to be different, you know?
Yeah, listen, Brandy's still coming with the vocals, like,
absolutely
amazing that she still sounds as good as she does on vocals. And like I said, I thought the remix sounded good, and people were like, why are they remixing it? I was like, did you expect them to not remix it? They remix it every season.
Come on. It's 2026. You thought they were going to have From Where We Come From the original one?
No, they were about to bring Aretha Franklin back? No.
No. Brandy made me think of, we saw a little boxing match last weekend.
Bro, I don't know what Orlando Brown was doing, but Orlando Brown doing the Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene, like just punching that air thing, and then doing that all the way up to Ray J, and Ray J just proceeded to just punch him clean in the face. Not a single punch touched Ray J. He just stepped back and just punched him clean in the face. I was like, bro, what is happening right now?
The fact that last time Ray J fought, he got knocked out. We watched it. We watched this guy get knocked out. It looks like he actually went to the gym and trained because them jabs that he had on Orlando Brown were killing. I was like, Ray J's really sticking this guy from every position. What's happening here? Killed me, dog. But Orlando doing that, me, myself, and Irene thing, dude.
Yeah.
What world is this, Phil? Every time I'm like, why? First of all, why are these guys boxing? Third of all, what's happening here?
No idea on both fronts. Yeah, the clip of Ray J on the versus stage also circulated again because of the most recent verses, and I was just like, I still don't know what the hell he was doing. Like, he clearly was drunk, but like, what? Nobody was like, cut his mic. Let's wrap this up.
Till My Baby's Born is one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest clips of all time. Ray J got a bunch of them too, dog. Like, that's just one of like a million.
Bro, that was going around, and then the Jeremiah joint as well. That clip, which is funny every time. Mario in the back saying, "Y'all niggas sound crazy," kills me every time. Kills me every time, bro.
That Mario clip gets me. Like, I cry I'm crying right now. Every time he's like, y'all niggas sound crazy. Because they did, Phil. Everybody's mics were on and they were not on.
Bro, I didn't see any of this latest verses. I can't tell you the last time I've watched the verses all the way through. But I did see that Joe ran a deck, man. Once he brought 50 out there, I was like, get us over, dog. Look.
On the map, when I saw it on paper, I was like, Donnell Jones got a couple of them, but like, Joe's about to dog walk this guy. What do you mean?
Yeah, nah, he was running laps around that guy from what I saw with the vocals, and then he brought 50 out there, and I was like, yeah, see you later, buddy.
Somebody was like, when Joe starts doing the side mouth, that's when you know it's on, and they had this. I was like. The internet, see, that's why I could never leave it, because people are so fucking funny, man.
Bro, 50 came out there, they did the one record, and then they did the power intro, and 50 like walked to the front of the ring and hit they say this is a big rich town. I was like, yo, the way he walked up and started singing was hilarious, though. I was like, bro, 50 is a wild dude, man.
I don't understand him at all. Cause on one side he's that funny guy. The other side he's like making AI videos to troll Ebro, and I'm like, bro, what? How does he have so much time?
Did you see the clip of him arguing with Ebro?
No, I did not. What are they arguing about?
I guess he pulled up to the Apple Music studio for an interview or something. Him and G Unit.
Him and G Unit.
Yes, it was him, Tony Yayo, and it was somebody else. Of course, it wasn't like Young Buck, and I don't think Lloyd was with him, but of course, Yayo is always with him.
Absolutely.
Which is Memphis Bleak's point, and people are like, "No, you can't say that." I was like, "Oh, I don't think Memphis got a point."
It's different, yeah. I think Memphis was with Hove, but different.
He got a point, but anyway, so he was up there, and I guess this got into like the beloved argument from that side of the country of like what killed New York hip hop, and
oh God,
Ebro tried to blame 50, and then 50 was like, "Here you go," and 50 then attempted to blame Ebro because it's like, no, you ran a radio station. You could have put a lot of people on, and you didn't. And the argument was just like, why are we doing this, man?
Both sides are wilding because downfall of New York hip hop is not 50 Cent's fault.
No, he's probably the last. He's probably the last big rap star to come out of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last like
superstar
rapper to come out of New York for sure. Like there's been other New York rappers that have had moments, but like he's the last like one that like completely took over the game.
Mm-hmm. I did see another clip of him saying Another tired ass argument. He don't want to be a 60-year-old rapper, and it's like, stop. Please stop, you guys. I want Hov to be rapping at 80, you guys. I don't know what. When Ice-T just put one out and he said he's like 57-year-old, I'm like, yeah, dog. Like, we don't have to go into this dumbass argument of you're too old, because again, hip hop is still being developed. We're still learning what the rules and regulations are. We don't know if there could be 90-year-old rappers because we haven't experienced that yet. So like, let's experience it.
Yeah, I guess that's true, Mac. I didn't think about that. Nicki came after 50, so Nicki is technically the last big rap superstar to come out. You
can maybe say Cardi I'd put up there.
Cardi is in the conversation as well. Cardi,
she's pretty big.
Cardi took forever to put their second album out, but
that first one was right. She rode that wave for a long time.
I mean, she has several hits from it. You can ride the wave as long as you can. We had like that many hits coming out, but
like neither one of them, of course, were on the level of 50 Cent. We're talking about like global. You know what I mean?
I would say Nicki got up there.
Yeah, she was on American Idol. There was a time where it was like, this person is everywhere.
Nicki got up there. I won't say that she got as big as 50, but like, because I mean, bro, In the Club was like, bro.
There's only like 5 rappers of all time that have gotten to that level.
Not too many rappers have had that kind of run that 50 had when he was killing shit. When Get Rich or Die Trying came out, he was out of here. He was a different level of out of here.
I kind of wish hip hop was still like that. Like when we were kids and like Kid and Play would have like cereal and a video game and a cartoon and all this. And like MC Hammer had commercials and he'd have like, it's just like rap isn't they try to move it like that, but it doesn't. I guess it's been so bastardized and like the other genres have adopted hip hop that they try to just insert those instead of like where hip hop would be. And it's like just so frustrating that like it used to be like the biggest movie in the world, the Addams Family's coming out and fucking the biggest song is the MC Hammer song. You know what I mean? Like it just, life don't move like that anymore.
I think it does. I just think it's different.
It's different.
Because I mean, we just look at what we do. Everybody that comes out with a new theme. All of these British rappers, all these British wrestlers that come over here, they got a rap verse on their theme. Yeah. They got a drill verse. All of these
every single time. The white ones too.
Yeah, everybody got London drill music coming out of the UK.
You saw Austin Gunn's rap?
I did. He put his old freestyle up, and people were like, that's what sparked this Road Dogg thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What a funny few hours on Twitter.
This has been a weird week, man.
Road Dogg was like, nah, they won't hire me because of my political views. I was like, you sure that's why they won't hire you?
You sure about that?
You sure
about that?
Did he like try to blame Biggs? I was like, wait, what did Biggs have to do with it? Like,
how did Biggs get here? He's telling Biggs to pull up receipts. I'm like, why is Biggs pulling up receipts?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if it got anything to do with that, my guy, but I guess.
You're like a 60-year-old man that's trying to come work in creative. Like, I think we could probably start there.
I just think they need new voices in creative across the board.
Please.
I don't think hiring Road Dogg is the move for most of these companies. I did think the TNA was actually going to hire him, and I don't even think that would be a bad spot for him. But yeah,
new voices over there too. I hate how it's we're going to have a new regime, and then they just bring in an old regime. It's like we're never going to get right if this is how it is. Oh, bring in Vince Lombardi. He made it happen 40 years ago. It's like, dog, no.
Definitely agree.
Tired of it.
Yeah. We got some more super chats.
Mm-hmm. The homie Matt Raquel says, was at Dynamite on Wednesday in Baltimore and last night in Philly for Death Before Dishonor. So, Phil, how many times have you watched that G1 final?
Just twice. Really good match. Nah, man. New Japan guys, man. We're back, buddy. we're back, man. New Japan, I think, is firmly the best promotion of the year. This is one of the best G1 tournaments we've gotten in recent memory. That finals match was incredible. It quickly jumped up to match of the year for me. I did review it on our YouTube channel if you guys are interested, but really, really great G1 finals.
Absolutely love how split people have been on that match and how it went, and the future of what main event wrestling has came into play off of it. And I'm like, I love this discussion, honestly, of people being like, New Japan is the only company that could do this. This is why your American companies suck. It's just like all such a funny.
Why does everything have to be discourse, bro? What? Wait, did you? See, like this is
why they can't do this in AEW. It's like, was the match good? Yes or no, dog? What's going on here?
Yeah, bro. Did you like the match or not, bro? Like, really great match. I thought it was the right outcome. I picked Yuya Uemura to win, but I did think that Oiwa was the right choice given the reception to Oiwa coming into the match and just how loud that crowd was for him and Ryogoku. It couldn't be anyone else. And I thought Yuya sold it perfectly. He looked devastated by the loss. That's exactly what you want at this stage. He's gonna get his moment, but that was Oiwa's night, man. And I love that the tournament really built him up along the way. Like, he brought in the music, he changed his look for the tournament, getting a cosign from Tenzan and everything. Really, man, that's what the G1 should do for someone.
Yes, exactly. I'm so happy that institution of the year and a company is used to push a young person. Like, the lines have been so blurred in American wrestling on what these kind of vehicles for success are and how they are laid out, because they just like keep giving them to the same people and the top guys get all the accolades. It's like, no, we got to start pushing these young people. And throughout this G1, they've made it very clear that this is about the next generation. These are the next people in New Japan, and we're looking towards the future. And so for these guys to just go and cook, and the fans are super behind them, Phil, like with the stories that they're telling in the ring. Who would have thought that like wrestlers would get over by having in-ring storytelling and still
with a headlock,
working the old school way with the headlock, man? Like, what?
Right. Yeah, really, really great match.
What?
I knew this was going to be a good match as well. After that match last year in the G1, so I was hoping this was going to be the finals, and it did not disappoint. At this point, if Oiwa went on to beat Tsuchi in October, and we got the rematch at Wrestle Kingdom, I would not be mad at that at all.
That's pretty hot. Yeah, Oiwa went with the old Zack Sabre Jr. Style of going before Wrestle Kingdom so he can maybe go in as the world champion, and I think that's pretty dope. Just New Japan just has an energy and excitement behind it, Phil, that like I don't know how they harnessed it, because it felt like things were rough for a couple of months and a year or so there where people were kind of down on it, and they came all the way back.
Yeah. Max was in the mix. Max was trying to run down the match and run down.
I see what you're doing, Max.
Yeah, I seen it. He's the best headlock wrestler all of a sudden. Go to Japan and wrestle him then, Max. What's going on?
No, he doesn't like New Japan. He hates it there. Everybody that in New Japan sucks, according to him. When is he gonna go though? Because he's been doing this bit for a couple of years, and like it's gonna hit hard when he gets over there, just because he keeps kind of prolonging it. But I see. The homie Van says, I need Ollie Davis to go away. I am slowly becoming a hater and don't like it. AEW is too long. Boy, we are getting good graps. This isn't Raw, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Phil? Because we keep getting every week on Dynamite an extended clip. They keep being like, actually, this show's 2 hours and 45 minutes this week. And like, there's no like, Nobody tells us. It just happens. Like, where do you stand on this?
I don't know how this show keeps going over. And I don't think it's a good sign that they keep going over like this every week now. Like going over every once in a while and it's like things happen. Yeah. I don't mind it, but why is it going over every week now? And then you have your big main event angle to promote this all-in match, and it's happening all the way at the end of the show. And
stick around, gotta stick around.
I don't know that helps it. I don't know.
They used to use that tactic at Nitro a lot.
Yeah.
In WCW of being like, you gotta stick around to the end, man. And it's like sometimes that 6:30 to 6:30 my time, that last 30, what you think is the last 30 minutes, like they don't. Sometimes it's not as action packed enough to warrant the overrun. Like if it's like, damn, this is hot, we need this overrun, then I understand. But it rarely seems warranted. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If before when this happened, where it's just like we're gonna stick with this match because this match is gonna go over.
It's
great.
Too hot.
But if you're getting all the way up to 9:00 and we still have a promo that you haven't gotten to, you still haven't gotten to the main event, why is that happening? Like that shouldn't be, and it shouldn't be happening as frequently. I guess that's also where I'm at with it.
Right. Or is it like, because a lot of people have been like, well, this is the norm. Like, should they just say we are a 3-hour show now, Phil?
Right, but if they're a 3-hour show, be a 3-hour show. But if you're a 2-hour show, be a 2-hour show. Don't keep going every week and then people being like, well, what's the problem? You don't want more wrestling? That's not the point.
Yeah,
it's not the point. How are you going over this much as a company? I don't understand that.
Like I felt we could all feel that face to face with Ospreay and Kenny going long, but I thought that the show the show was adjusted to that, not that like, oh, it's going long, so everything else is fucked. Like I didn't know that that's how this is happening.
And I guess that's kind of why I was like, why did you need the Don Callis stuff this week? Because if you were already going to do the sit down segment, you had your build to Ospreay, Kenny, and I thought the sit down segment was really good. But then you did 2 separate matches with Don Callis family members. I don't know that you needed both. But who am I? But I like I said, I thought that the Kenny Ospreay stuff we actually got this week was really good. The sit down segment was good. I thought the ending of the show with Kenny fully embracing his belt collector / Green Goblin bit that he's been doing is really funny. Every time Kenny leans into just being an outright cartoonish heel, it's very funny to me. And he was in his bag this week. He was talking cash shit in that sit down from the very beginning, when Ospreay was very complimentary of him. When Renee asked what did they think of each other the first time they had the match in PWG, and Kenny's like, I wasn't impressed.
He was all right.
Word. All right.
Just kind of how he was sit back and nonchalant about the whole thing of like, I keep hearing what they're saying about you, dog, but like you still haven't really shown me. And I'm like, okay, Kenny, I see what's going on here. I see what's happening. But yeah, even the gripe that I had with that is like they're still trying to be like, well, Don Callis did this and Don Callis did. I'm like, they keep trying to use Don as like the thread that brings this together, and I'm like, we don't need it at this point at all, man.
And I saw where they tried to make it make sense in the sit down segment where they tried to make the point of, well, Will is making sure he's done with the Don stuff altogether. But I don't think you needed 2 weeks of that.
No.
I think you could have done the match last week, the street fight.
Yep.
And that was it. You didn't need to keep going for 2 more weeks of Don Callis stuff.
Yeah, he paid it off with the Mark Davis street fight. Like that was it. Like that was him being like, okay, I've washed my hands of that. Now I'm moving on to Kenny. But they just still are like, nope, Don's here.
Yeah, and it's getting a little concerning. I don't know if it's just you, but Kenny is doing all this stuff. He is leaning full in. He is trying his best. That crowd does not want to boo him.
No.
They
liked it when he did it at the end of the show. They like when he's goofy like that. That makes them happy.
They did not care. That crowd was fully into it. There were several things that he was saying during the sit down segment, and the crowd was on his side. Ospreay's trying to get sympathy with the COVID stuff again, and Kenny's just like, I don't care about that. I had to go through the same thing here. I just had to drive 3 hours. Like, oh. And let's face it, if there were people in the crowd, would they have really got that loud for you? And I was like, dog, okay.
Leave him alone.
he was on his neck that
He's
whole
trying to
segment.
stop his back end the whole time of like, no, I know what you think this is, but this is what it really is. Yeah. It are you any more sold on this show? Is there anything that these two people can do to get you any more into this main event?
I mean, I was sold on the match anyway. So
right.
No matter what they do at this point, I'm excited for the match.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
And I do feel like it should still be Ospreay's moment.
Yes.
But it's very apparent that the fan base was waiting for Kenny to be champion again, and they're not ready for him to drop the belt. They don't care that he's a heel. They don't care that this is Ospreay's hometown. They want Kenny Omega to be champion. They want Kenny Omega to be a main character on the show.
And kind of I've been saying a lot, the perception of Ospreay, like from 2 years ago, is completely different now. And like how people feel about what should happen moving forward. It's been interesting to see people talk about it.
This is why I keep saying you don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait.
That whole idea that you needed to wait a year and then come back to Ospreay, or you don't want to upset fans by putting the belt on him right away. You should have him put people over and stuff like this. Nope. Just go with the moment when someone is hot. And AEW's made this mistake a few times. They made that mistake with Cody. They made the mistake with Kenny in the first year. They made the mistake with Young Bucks in the first year. There's been so many people where they were like, they overthought it. You don't have to overthink this. Just give them the moment. And I thought it again this week, and I know some people are not going to agree. I thought again this week during that segment, as good as it was for Mercedes versus Willow, put that belt on Mercedes. I don't want to hear no more. Like I know people are going to be like, but Willow, dog, we've done it. Mercedes has put Willow over. Mercedes has put everybody in the world that you want to put over. She's put Statlander over. She's put Tony over. Dog, you don't need to keep waiting. Why? What are you waiting for?
I love that Mercedes side of her argument for this match is I put you over. She kept being like, you capitalized off all of these moments on me, which is really saying I put you over these times. It's time, you guys. Like, again, Willow's been having, I love Willow, #1 Willow fan, but like, it's time to do this. And like, we need to, again, it's moments time, and Mercedes still has the star power that you need to lead. It's time.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, because this hasn't been convoluted, it's just been straightforward. What is their beef with each other? This has been the better build of the two. I think Mercedes Willow has been the better build compared to Ospreay versus Kenny by far. And this is 2 weeks in a row where I think the segments have been really heat. Like the backstage beatdown we got last week was great. The interview we got into the fight into the crowd this week, I thought was really great as well.
Mm-hmm. I like the women's face-to-face more than I like the men's one this week, honestly, and kind of where it transitioned to. Yeah, exactly the point that you're making. Just because Willow and Mercedes have been so straightforward of like, here's our story and here's what we want to execute, and we want it every time we see each other, we're tearing each other apart. Like, that's really the story to be told.
It's just straightforward.
Who wants to be number one? Who wants to be world champion? And that's what both of these women are talking about.
We don't have any of these other factions in the mix. We don't have any. It's just these two women's issues with each other. And I thought that was great. I was glad that Mercedes also brought everything back around to the last segment she was in before she went away, because they hadn't addressed that all the way up to the Owen. And I think her response to that was great, because it made all the sense in the world, where she was just like, I'm sick of you. Like, you keep showing up and smiling. It's like, ain't nothing to smile about. Ain't nothing funny here. You think you're funny? You get to beat me and smile through all of this and mock me? Like, who do you think you are? Like, you get to bring your friends and smash my face into a cake and dance over me? Like, nah.
Mercedes is getting her revenge. I mean, I just can't figure it any other way. Like, what? Because people keep being like, oh, like, we're still telling the story of the downfall of Mercedes. And I'm like, I don't really think we're telling that story anymore. Yeah, we're on the other side, right? We're on the uprising back to glory.
We've told it. She's been losing since November. She lost to Statlander at Full Gear. She lost all of her belts. We've told the downfall story. Why does she need to lose again?
That, like, them belts, she's lost at least 10 matches with just belts, with just championships. And plus all the other people, she's been putting people over in tag matches and shit too, helping with Maya. Like, I don't know, you guys. I think she's done it.
I'm telling you, man. The women's stuff has been better since she's been back as well. And
feels more important.
Again, this is the problem you created for yourself by putting the belt on Willow a month before this show. I'm not thrilled with the idea of her having a short reign, but I don't think Mercedes should lose it all in again. I don't. And I understood it last year when it was Tony. I understood what you were doing. I don't think she should lose again.
They booked a match for a collision tonight, Willow and Maya for the World Championship. Can you even call Willow's thing a reign? Because she hasn't really been.
Yeah, the big rate.
She's been so much in the mix with Mercedes, they haven't been having her in matches.
I think that's why they're doing a match tonight.
Yeah. To try to get her something.
And Maya's been great. She has really exceeded expectations. I thought the 4-way on Wednesday was really great as well. Mm-hmm. And I have no doubt the match tonight is going to be good. But yeah, I'm telling you, I'm feeling more and more, because I mean, if it doesn't happen at All In, it's got to happen by the end of this year. We shouldn't be coming out of 2026 saying, when are they going to put the belt on Mercedes?
I'm just like, what would be the reasons to not do it at All In?
And I know I've seen people saying, well, she doesn't need a belt. We've prolonged putting the world title on her enough. She signed with the company when? 2024? 2025?
24, I think, right?
We've been going 2 years at this point.
Mm-hmm. And like she was like TBS champion. She let other people cook. She let Tony do her thing. It's like, no, if any time, again, with Tony being gone too, like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah. No, this whole Mercedes can't win under the bright lights at a big show, and you got to keep building up anticipation for it. I'm good on that. We saw them do that over there.
I was gonna say, dude, she's been doing this for 10 years at that fucking point.
We watched that story over there. I don't need to see that again.
Like, we're still telling the Mercedes can't win under the bright lights at the big show story. This has been 10 years, you guys.
No, I don't need to see that. I'm good. Let's get to it.
Especially because she's just been cooking. She hasn't had like, come on, you guys. Unfortunate for Willow, though, again. Just like the timing and how everything landed. But like, don't make this mistake.
Listen, again, for my own viewing habits, I wouldn't be mad if she loses it All In and they're heading here a month later. I'd be mad at that at all. But I just don't want them to let the moment pass again, because we've seen them make this mistake a few times now. And I feel like that's part of what's happening with Ospreay. When Ospreay was hot, they should have just went ahead and put the belt on him. And I know, like, there were other things going on. He wanted to give Swerve his moment. Great. We got there. We've gone on from that period. Like, and there's so many other guys where you see where the timing matters in wrestling. And I mean, Darby's a good example of that earlier this year. When Darby was hot and he got his moment, it mattered. You can almost argue that Darby should have gotten his moment sooner.
Yeah. They got to start executing, though, Phil. We can't, like, this adversity building in all companies. It's like, dog. Ospreay, when I was at Revolution, was that 25? Whatever one where him and Kyle stood on top of that cage and people were screaming their heads off. This is the guy, you guys. Like, what story are, like, he was having the match of the night at every show. The crowds were coming to the shows for him. It was time to execute. Again, I still think it's time to execute, and I think he can get back to that place. But, like, the fever pitch that it's at, it's not going to be the same.
Yes. Yeah. I thought the same thing because I was looking at something with Megan, and I was like, I think there was a moment they could have put the belt on Megan Bayne as well, and they didn't.
Like, immediately upon entry, essentially.
I don't know. It's not too many people. This the other interesting thing about Mercedes is there are not too many women that come straight in, and in their first year they put the belt on them. And I know there's always going to be this backlash with WWE wrestlers coming in and being rewarded right away. And I'm sure that's part of why AEW wanted to avoid putting the world title on her straight away. Because, I mean, Mariah, that's the first person I can think of that came in their first year and was world champion.
And she left.
Tekla.
So maybe they have that. Maybe they're afraid of that.
Tekla, I think she won her first year too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I just think you've gotten past this point of being concerned about backlash. Like,
and I get it. You don't want to have that stigma of they just came from WWE, and you think you don't want it to look like their wrestlers are bigger than your wrestlers. But there are exceptions, and Mercedes is an exception.
Yeah, they don't always do it right away with the women, and I think at this point, like I said, she's put over a day one person in Statlander. She's put over Willow. She's put over Tony. She's put over plenty of wrestlers. She's put over Red Velvet.
This is so funny that, like, people say that the way that they talk about her, you would think that she hasn't lost in 5 years, but, like, add Maya to the list. Like, you can add so many women to the list. Athena, like, you can add so many women to the list that Mercedes has helped with and made better.
Yes.
It's a big list. She really likes women's wrestling. That's crazy. Her and Bailey are such big fans, dude. No, but for real, though. That's why they don't want, like, if Bailey leaves and they get together and they combine their powers, I think WWE is like, their powers are going to be too much. I don't know if we can handle that. Because if they get their powers together, women's wrestling is going to really benefit. I think people are afraid of that.
Yeah. The question is, do they want to pay Bailey? If they don't want to pay Bailey, they don't have a choice. And if I'm Bailey, I would be sitting around like, yeah, pay me. Cool. I'll be here, but pay me.
And on the list of wrestlers not needing to take a pay cut, it's Bailey. Pay her what she's owed, G.
Absolutely.
So I say it. I see why she's moving how she's moving. Because if we keep hearing about these contracts and how what they're offering to people and restructuring, like, nah. Don't fall for that. And you see kind of where you lay in the land on TV and stuff. Like, I don't know. But, like, again, I still feel like she could be in that Natty role of, like, I'm just here forever. So who knows?
Listen, no disrespect to Natty. Bailey ain't Natty.
No, she's not.
Natty has had some great matches with people, but we're talking about the most influential women's match of the last decade. And like I said, I fuck with Natty. I think Natty is great. I think Natty's a legend, but nah. Nah. Don't play with Bailey like that. Come on.
And like, you still got it. Like, if you go somewhere, I can't believe I just said you still got it. I fucking hate that chant. You go somewhere and like, you're going to cook with everybody ever. And like, you're going to try to have independent wrestling matches. I'm positive of it. Like, it's going to, the Bailey force will be super strong, and I'm looking forward to it. If that's what she wants, if she wants to stay in WWE for forever too, I like that too.
All right, listen, I would be mad either way, but I'm just saying the way that this looks and the way they're playing games with people's contracts over there, I think the first thing she should be looking at is like, nah, pay me.
Before we move off of this AEW, off of Dynamite, the trio stuff, how did you feel about? They laid out this story last week where Swerve came out and essentially was put a hit on the trios champions. And then this week, fucking clusterfuck is a good way to describe what happened at the end of that match where everybody showed up. What are your thoughts on this?
I didn't understand the segment because it's like you had so many teams out there at that point. And it was kind of like, look, we got trios. And it's just like, well, where they been?
I was thinking this wasn't the story we're telling, though. Weren't we just telling a different story last week? Now, all of a sudden, everybody's after the trios belts?
Yeah. And look, not a bad problem to have. But it kind of feels like this is going from what I assumed was going to be a three-way with three teams.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're possibly doing like a big smosh with multiple trios, and I don't know that it needs to be that. And then Swerve wasn't even in the segment. Swerve was backstage.
Why? Oh yeah, sorry, I can't say that.
Why? Here's why.
Yeah, again, confused, Phil. I don't know what this is. Like, it's going to be a multi-men match now, and New Day is still kind of, it's looming. It's kind of like a bad kept secret at this point, and it's like,
yeah, but if I had any like criticism with AEW at the moment, simplify. Just simplify. It's some things you can just make it clear cut what this is. You don't have to add all of these other variables into it. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's just between these three teams, between these two teams and Swerve, like it's right there.
Yeah, maybe just go with the first instinct, because it feels like here's the base, and then everybody comes up with the thing, and they're like, "What if we try all the ideas?" Don't just go with the first idea.
Yeah, I think I was fine with it just being where it was going. And again, this is where it's up this week. And that's why I was like, if it's an overrun and it's like, hey, this is a hot match and like, oh, I'm into it. But it's like, why is some of this stuff going as long as it's going and it feels unnecessary? Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that are like, stop wasting my time. But it's like, why? I just feel like you're creating unnecessary problems for yourself.
Yes. More than like this show is what this show is. It's like, no, you're creating these problems, and it can be easier and things could move smoother if things were simplified, as Phil's saying.
Yeah, but I feel like you could say that about everything we've talked about here. I mean, the Ospreay stuff, like you've created a problem with Ospreay where he's cold at the moment because you had all the rest of this stuff around his return that didn't need to be there. Mm-hmm. If it was just straightforward the Death Rider stuff and Kenny all the way up to All In, I don't think some fans would feel this way. And the same thing with Kenny. Kenny's year was pretty straightforward, but instead of just putting the belt on him at Dynasty, you went and took all of these side quests to get back to it, and you made him champion a month before, well, 2 months before All In, and now fans are just like, hey, I kind of really like this guy. I don't want to move on yet. And again, that's a problem you created for yourself. Same thing with this women's match. Like, you put the belt on Willow a month before the show. Now you split your fans that don't want to see, some of them don't want to see Willow lose. And for good reason.
A lot of them. I keep seeing people being like, Willow better not lose. Like the AEW diehards are like Willow. And I'm like, you guys. But yeah, all self-created problems, but also really could be solved in with easy solutions. It's not like anything is dead in the water. Like, things could be turned within 1 week of good booking. Legit.
No, nothing here is like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to watch the show. No. But it's just like, just simplify some of this stuff. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah, Redman, look, it's good to have split sides and like have fans that want to go either way.
Absolutely.
Yes. But what I mean is, it would be different if fans are just like, I want Willow to win because I'm a fan of Willow. Not, I don't want Willow to lose because I don't want her reign to be this short. That's kind of different. And
or because I don't want Mercedes to win, and not like because she's a heel because she's from WWE.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if your heel is just doing their job well, and it's like, I don't want this heel to win, I'm rooting for the babyface. That's one thing, but it's just like, you kind of created this situation where, I don't want to say it's a lose-lose, but if Willow loses here, a lot of the complaints here are not going to be, oh, I really wanted her to win. It's going to be like, oh, I can't believe they did Willow like that. Like, I can't believe they gave her such a bogus run.
I already see people saying that.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, and didn't have to be that way.
Willow should not be caught in the mix of this stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, did not have to be that way.
But we get a fire-ass match out of it, so that's dope.
Yeah, like I said, the build has been great. I think the match is going to hit, so we'll see.
Regardless of outcome.
I actually don't, Redman, because Redman's saying, do we think the OG plan was for Mercedes to have a short reign? I actually don't. I think if the plan went the way it was supposed to go, I think Mercedes was going to win at Redemption, and I think she was going to win. And I think you were just going to have Willow challenge as the Owen winner.
And Mercedes would have just retained that All In.
That's what I think. Yeah. And I can't think that was the better story, honestly. But, Willow got hurt, so.
Because I feel like that'd be the argument on their side for some of these things of like circumstances and people got hurt in these things, but like, nah.
You could have pivoted.
Wrestling's worst nightmare, the fucking pivot.
You could have pivoted and did something else. It's okay.
Pivot. Van also says Hayden is another victim of the Disney star curse. Hollywood repeatedly fails these kids, and it's gut wrenching every time. Yeah, the Disney thing and child stars, and they always, anytime something like this happens, they'll have like a collage of all the other young stars that passed away, and it's like something is going on, you guys, and like whatever it is has not been addressed. You know what I mean? They're not like trying to fix it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily just a Disney thing. I think it's a Hollywood thing with children and children being kind of chewed up and spit out by the industry.
It's good to see, like we talked about Raven on here before, like some people that you feel like got on the other side, even if they are nuts.
Yeah. That I didn't read all of Hayden's mother's statement, but she didn't come off well, and that kind of tells you a lot about her social circle. And, there are child stars that did end up well adjusted, but it's because they had, a good family and friend circle around them.
Absolutely. The other Mikey V said, if Will wrestled Mercedes, Dave would blue screen. Listen, yes, he would.
Yeah, that'd be a funny hypothetical to see how that played out.
Absolutely. Mr. Best in the World says, does Ricky Saints ever hold a world title in WWE? What world, Phil?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll say that. I don't think so. Not well, because you'd have to do some work to get him there, because he just doesn't have the credibility on screen at the moment. I don't know how you fix that, because I like Ricky, man, but I just don't think. I just don't think the way they're booking him, he's in a position for that.
People this week were up in arms because there's a clip of Ricky Saints and Danhausen. Danhausen drops him and dances over his dead body, and people are like, this is what he left AEW for. And it's like, maybe he's having a good time. You guys don't know.
Yeah, no, people are merciless, man. And it's from a house show. It's not like, know, they jobbed him out on TV like that. It's not a big deal.
But I did watch it, and I was like, whew, man.
It felt like, speaking of Five Heartbeats, every time we had those scenes where they had the transitions, and you have whoever doing the gospel music in the middle of it. That's what it felt like watching it. Oh.
Oh man. And then the way that Danhausen moves, I'm just like, this guy being the hottest wrestler in their company is crazy. You are cursed, and everybody's saying it so loud, Phil. I'm like, this is crazy.
Bro, that's the other funny thing about it is it's you can make it seem like he's being jobbed out by Danhausen. Man, I can't believe they're doing this to Danhausen of all people, but bro, Danhausen is more over than him. He's super over.
Dude. He's way more over than Ricky Saints. That's crazy.
What are you gonna do?
And he's real over, not he's WWE would make a cartoon of him over. It's crazy.
Bro, yeah. This is exactly what people wanted, though. That clip to just be well, I want people to move on in the next few years of being so spiteful when people leave AEW and just being look, ha 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 ha, that's where you want it to be. It's yeah, it is where they want it to be. So who cares? Move on.
I don't know when they try to they're trying to use this as a diss towards Ricky, but it's he wanted the WWE experience. This is the most WWE experience you can fucking get. I don't think he's I can't believe they have me in here with Danhausen. You know what I mean? He's this is WWE. I'm on a house show in fucking wherever, and I'm having a good time. I think people are talking for Ricky Saints when they don't know what the hell's going on. But as far as the question goes, also with Phil, can't ever see him being world champion.
Not at this rate. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, but it's looking rocky.
Who wins the world title first, Ricky or Melo?
Melo.
Yeah. And I don't think that's gonna happen. So
I think
go.
I think Melo's far away as well, but I don't think. Yeah, I think Melo's closer in terms of credibility, because at least Melo had a U.S. title run. He's got he's got fans. He's got WWE fans that want him to get a moment.
Yeah.
Right now, Ricky doesn't have any momentum.
But he can talk, Phil. I don't get it. Because, like, I'm like, dude, put the mic in his fucking hand. Things could change pretty quickly, right?
It can. It can always turn around just at the rate the way they're using him. I don't see it. I mean, and that's not to say he's never going to turn it around with WWE. I think he can, but world champion level, that's some ways away, buddy.
Remember what people thought the Cody stimulus check was going to do for people?
It worked out for a few of them. It worked out for Jade. It worked out for Ethan for a minute.
He's on a higher trajectory than Ricky is, so the Ricky Saints thing is very confusing. I will say that. 'Cause it feels like he should, you know?
I think he stayed on NXT too long, and then he didn't have the run on NXT expected. But this is what I said from the beginning when he went over there. I was worried because I was like, it's not anybody down there for him to wrestle. And yeah, that's what happened. He stayed down there too long, didn't have any like big matches, and then you moved him up and it's been kind of quiet.
Damn. But yeah, things could change. I don't know. Like he could have a renaissance and things could be different in a year, 2 years, or wherever many years. He's a young dude still. He got time.
Yep.
The homie Joe Molina says, happy Grapsody Day, fellas. Been dealing with very dark depression lately, but I'm lucky to just tune in the show and try to forget my issues. We're here with you, Joe. It's like that outside. There's so many things going on. A lot of people kind of struggling at this time. So definitely behind you, man. Like there are people that are with you, and there are better times for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it improves, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks, Joe. Hit me up if you need, brother. Mr. Best in the World also says, do you guys like Project Pat, the rapper? Of course. Come on.
I mean, you didn't have to put rapper at the end of that. There's only one Project Pat.
I was going to say, is there another Project Pat? Because I only know one Project Pat. He was my cousin Rob's favorite rapper growing up, and I would always be like, why does Rob like him so much? And I would laugh at him because he has like a very unique flow. Mr. Football, you know, you like that. But like now it's so endearing when I hear like his album from back then. I was like, no, the Project Pat shit is hard.
I mean, he had the verse on the Drake album, and I was like, this is the only kind of verse that Project Pat could rap. Right. But yeah, I had a friend in high school that was a big Project Pat fan, and like he also rapped, and his like flow and everything, he sounded like Project Pat, and it's just hilarious to me. But yeah, there's only one Project Pat. When you hear a Project Pat verse, like you know him straight away.
That is so hard and unique in the hip hop scene for like this style is yours specifically. Like that's so hard to attribute, and he has that. Like when people have ripped his flow off, and when you hear it, you're like, oh, these guys are ripping off Project Pat.
Yeah,
crazy.
Project Pat.
That's his flow, dude. That's crazy. Like he defined the whole style. That's amazing. As someone who does it, like, dog, some of the best rappers of all time don't have their own unique style, you know, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
8-Ball Mark Husili says Roman as a heel makes me concerned he isn't doing the job to Oba. I mean,
I don't think he's
good concerns, my homie.
I don't think he's doing the job to anybody anytime soon, buddy.
Yeah, I'm like, who are they setting up? One of his family members potentially, but even then it's like it's still going to be 2 years out from that, you know?
I laughed again when I just looked at how everything has changed in the last 2 months or so, and how certain things are being positioned on SmackDown, and it is the complete opposite on Raw. It is so funny to me, man. It is so funny to me because just look at the episodes of Raw and SmackDown this week, bro. On SmackDown, you had this great angle with Kevin Owens and Punk going. You had a great main event this week. Then on Raw, you're still doing
Bloodline
like segments. You're still doing very similar.
It's SmackDown from 2 years ago, pretty much.
Crazy to look at in comparison. And hey, man, good for Solo, man. He got over big time. He got a great reaction out of that segment.
Huge pop.
But I'm so ready for them to do something else with this character. Roman is very clearly a heel. I've been telling people this since WrestleMania. He is very obviously a heel, but it doesn't matter because he just gets cheered anyway. And everybody you put in there with him that you're expecting to get, cheered off of him getting heat, it's not working because he's getting cheered. It don't matter. This is the first time it worked in their favor with Solo, where Solo got cheered, but it's not working. And even with that said, I don't think
Solo's not gonna beat him.
Yeah, I don't think Solo's gonna beat him. And look, as hot as LA Knight remains, I don't think LA Knight's gonna beat him.
No. I don't see Roman losing this year, so
he should lose to Oba, but
should.
He should lose to Oba, but I'm not confident they're gonna do that at all.
And Phil, this bloodline stuff is never gonna end because the new addition, the Nympho baby.
Nympho baby.
Because the Nympho baby's here now.
Bro. Zilla coming in with his name and everything, and then cutting that promo, and he's got like the cow print shirt on, like The Rock, and the sunglasses. I was like, bro, all of this is really funny, man.
I wonder if Dwayne is like, stop, you guys. I'm tired of being tributed. Like, I understand because like he's the god, like he's the leader around here, but everybody can't do a Rock thing. Eventually, we gotta. It's gonna try it. But the Nympho baby thing cracked me up. You guys, in funny context, like I didn't know what was going on, so we're in the group chat, and Denise sent a text about Nympho baby, but I thought it was just Denise being. I'm like, Denise is being Denise again, and I'm like, Phil's like, no, he said this on TV, and I'm like, he said this on TV.
Yeah. What a ill-timed slip in this promo, because I'm sure he meant Nepo baby, but
absolutely.
Yeah, very funny. His theme music, that it could not sound any more generic. He's got this big personality, and I would think you would make something for him that fits that, and it's just like, this is just more WWE stock music that sounds like it came out of like a AI generator.
Bad. And like, I'm thinking about like Kaz's tweet where he quote tweeted the Jim Johnson thing about something, and Kaz is like, well, they should get Metro Boomin to produce. I'm like, if they wanted to go that route, they never will.
I'm going to leave my thoughts about that off the podcast because I think it'll be taken as shade in a way. But I need people to stop pretending that company cares more about black music and rap than they actually do. I know they bring the rappers in and they keep trying to position celebrities in that way. They're not going to pay Metro Boomin to make money that they could then license and then use for that show because they'd have to keep paying him. They're not going to do that. Trying to act like, WWE has moved on from Jim Johnson. It's too big for Jim Johnson. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. They still, every time you get a chance, you're going to hear that glass breaking and you're going to hear a Jim Johnson theme. If you think that this company that is, by the way, in bed with the whitest, most anti-black administration we've ever seen wants to go and pay Metro Boomin for theme music and continue to license and pay it, boy, I got some magic beans to sell you, buddy. Because I do not think that's gonna happen.
But yeah, you're right. Like that, Jim Johnson's still out here. Like his remnants still exist when these legends come out. These are all songs that he produced. Just a funny thing. to think about. And then like Yachty's in a match. So it's like they sent some confusing messages also. Very weird.
Bro, we want the influence of having Yachty on our show. But again, paying for licensed music and continuing to pay for licensed music is different.
And also whatever that story that was this week that apparently they thought about having a Yachty concert at the Sunday.
They wanted to do it like the same weekend or something like with the Yachty. Yeah, it's different. And I mean, I know someone somewhere will hear what I just said and be like, well, look, they pay for the Meg song for SmackDown and they pay for the Eminem song for Raw. That's music that eventually they'll move on from. We're talking about making theme music for somebody that is going to be used for years. You have to continue to pay that person for that. No, because if you're Metro Booming, you're not going to just go and do like a one-time fee.
Nope.
No, you gotta pay me because this music, if it's theme music that's used on like shows that are continued to be used on streaming,
Netflix too,
and all of these things, no, you gotta pay me. I'm not doing a one-time fee. He'd be crazy to do that.
And he knows the wrestling business because he likes wrestling. Like he knows what time it is. He knows how often they'll play it. He knows where they'll play it, when they'll play it. Like, and he's been in the music business. He wouldn't even let them.
Yeah, there's a reason why they don't have licensed music for a lot of their themes.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Because I've asked a million times in AEW, why isn't Dr. Burns, why doesn't Daniel Garcia have a Griselda song? It's fucking expensive, brother.
Yeah, and that's the reason with WWE why they don't have licensed themes for a lot. And if you think, oh, this company has moved on and you know they're too big now, they'll pay Metro.
No, they won't.
If Jim Johnson is still trying to make music for you guys, pay Jim Johnson. Trying to say wrestling is too big for Jim Johnson is also a crazy take to me, but
that's like not even true though. That's what like I think there's space for that because people have been trying to copy his swag still. Like there are independent wrestlers that want that type of vibe. So,
dog, every time I see like people outside the wrestling bubble that make like TikToks and stuff and they're like doing like stuff with wrestling music, more often than not it's his music.
Oh, definitely.
I just
most of the time, like 90% of the time, it's his song.
And I said I was going to move on because I didn't want to turn it into something that sounds shady, but I saw multiple takes about Jim Johnson that I thought were really crazy. And considering the source that I saw it coming from, I was like, oh, I'm not surprised because you're an idiot. But and if I go on, people will know who I'm talking about. And yeah, of course, not talking about Kaz. Kaz friend of the show, but I saw another person in their takes about Jim Johnson. I was like, of course you would think that.
Nasty out there, super nasty out there. But yeah, I think if they hired him back, he'd be fine.
Yeah, but I think that the issue is if I remember correctly, they didn't want to pay him, right?
Yeah, of course. Because the way that he talks, he wasn't trying to leave that job. He's still trying to get back, essentially.
Yeah. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You don't want to pay Jim Johnson, but you think they're going to pay Metro?
And they don't want to pay nobody now when they could just make AI songs. They're going to continue to make AI songs, you guys. It's over with.
No, they didn't want to pay CFOs, but you think they're going to pay Metro? You sure?
I don't know if they know how much a Metro beat costs, Phil. That's just expensive, brother.
Metro not coming in with the friends and family discount, my guy.
No. Not for the love, not for this gigantic company. Send that check, G.
Yeah.
The homie Leonard says, next time Mox tells you something, believe him, especially when it comes to the elite. He told all of you before Retribution that they were full of shit. He told Will, and look at what happened. Redemption. I was like, Retribution don't sound right. That's the group.
Yeah, I don't think they're not around no more. They're gone.
He told y'all before Retribution came out.
Yeah, look, man, Mox has had a point in all of this, and I love that Mox has just been like, well, I'm gonna let him sort that out. I'm over here now. Got this big tournament to win.
Oh, I'm busy. I got a match.
Bro, Mox on commentary is just still one of the funniest things ever, bro. He was hilarious last night.
Dude, during the women's TV title match, I was like, this guy is out of his mind. He's nuts.
Bro, hilarious.
Shea Monster says, wish TK would treat more ROH titles like the men's TV and 6-man. Athena, Red Velvet, even Bandito, Reigns are stale. Marina needed that win last night.
Yeah, I think you could stand to do something else with some of those belts, and it kind of feels like they're starting to feel like placeholders in some instances, and that's not really good.
ROH reigns overstay their welcome these days. Of like, Nick Wayne was out for like 3 or 4 months and he was still champion. Like, you gotta like start figuring these things out. Like, lay some new things out. It's been years with Athena. We thought 10 people since then were gonna beat her. Bandito's having some great. We're gonna talk about the show. Amazing, one of the best in the world, but like, shouldn't be like that. ROH title doesn't mean anything when he's on TV. That's not Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is this? Lil MT Shocker says, there's 80 men on the All-In card, but where's the women's mid card? Where's Tekla? What's happening with the TBS championship?
Yeah, I assumed that the 4-way we got this week on Dynamite was going to end up on All In. I was kind of surprised that it isn't, which tells me that either we're getting another TBS title match or there won't be a TBS title match. I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe that's their way of adding the women's tag match to the main show. I think you could have done 3 matches. I think you could have done 3 women's matches. And you still can. What? Maybe they're going to announce something else, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that with the story that they were telling in the 4-way this week, that was going to splinter off maybe into, because I was like, if Maya wins, I'd be very surprised, because I thought maybe they were going to lead to Persephone and Stat for the championship at the show, but Maya won. Great job in doing that. And I'm like, I don't know what story they're going to tell with Maya if she's going to be the champion going into the show.
Yeah, I don't know. They could run back Maya versus another one of these opponents. I assume something's going to happen tonight in the match with Willow that's going to set up the next opponent for Maya. But,
would it?
Other than that, I'm not sure.
If Tekla challenges her, is that crazy?
I don't see it. Why would you do that? Why would you go from her being women's champion to challenging the TBS champion?
Yeah, I know. I didn't like it either, but I'm like, something like if Tekla attacks both of them tonight. I don't know.
Maybe. But you've already got, 3 or 4 women in that storyline as well. Why would you just add Tekla?
Yeah. Get that championship on the show. Or, I hate to say this, at least the pre-show. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Low MT Soccer also says, too many in their prime are stuck in ROH. Yeah, it's funny because, Phil, the shows the big shows like we're going to discuss here always show what Ring of Honor can be. They have the roster for like, if we treat this like a true developmental system or the people we want to be next up in AEW, we see it on these shows. We see the Bust in the Brains. We see Adam Priest. We see Nick Wayne. We see the people that are going to be the future. But then like the main the main title holders and the people they kind of just get stuck in a loop there. And like Lee's reign has been great and amazing, but like he's also one that could be moved to the main roster and is ready to cook on that side. So it's like they understand what this could be and if they could execute it at that point, but they're still trying to mix it up with AEW stuff and a bunch of extracurriculars that I think I don't know if they're helping.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. We got some humper chats here from regular Tony P. He says, is there a heart? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. Stand up. Let me know. Let me know if you understand. He continues, if you're around our age, you know the impact of Michael Wright had on you as a kid. His role as Eddie is forever immortalized in Black culture. Absolutely, man. There's too many moments from just that movie of just Eddie, man. Like, just too many quotes, man. Like, he can't sing like Eddie Kane.
Damn, legendary figure, man. So many movies that I've watched in my entire life that he's featured in that it's crazy that he's gone.
Yeah. Rest in peace again to legend. Tony also says, I will say though, my favorite role of his was Ray in Sugar Hill. Rest in peace, Mike. Now onto the BS. You know what you do when your peers call you out on BS and you want to show them that they are wrong, but you end up doing something that basically proves them correct. Stephen A. Smith ran his ass to Fox Plantation to speak on Hannity and lie at that. Not only that, how the fuck did Adam Silver make Roger Goodell seem more ethical than him? Yeah, the Stephen A. thing was wild. Stephen A. being awarded the thumbs down by the Black Journalists Association, and then he proceeded to go on his podcast and rant about it, and then went on Sean Hannity's show to talk about it. I was like, ooh, not helping your case, big dog.
He's mixed up with some stuff with Jamel Hill too, and just looking nasty, brother. Oh God.
Well, I think the biggest problem here is the reason they gave him the thumb down and they said how he disparages Black women. He can't really argue that because he has done that. Like, you've looked pretty crazy in the last year with the way you've talked about certain Black women, and then when you compare it to the way that he talks about certain men and the passes he gives certain white men, that the pass that he kind of gave Trump, it's like, this guy got on TV and called you stupid, basically. He tried to say it in another way. He tried to call you low IQ, but we know what that meant. He called you stupid. And you handled him with kitty gloves. You wouldn't have done that for anybody else.
Yep, just kind of swept it under the rug. He's been arguing with some Black basketball players for the last 10, 15 years and like won't let them live.
Yeah, I mean, the way he talked about Jaylen Brown, the way he talked about Kyrie Irving, just on and on and on. At this point, like I try not to feed into too much of what he says. I don't watch ESPN nearly as much as I used to. And somebody told me recently he's been on vacation from ESPN, and I was like, I can't tell. I'm still seeing clips of this guy everywhere. Like, I just wish he would chill out. Like, it's just too much.
Vacation? He's on every day somewhere. He stinks.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much, and he's doing a lot of, he's doing a lot of this right wing stuff that I don't care about at all. I want him to go away.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Definitely overexposed at this point. I don't need to see any more Stephen A. stuff. Tony also says he may have made the league richer, but he has a lot of fumbles. He said Ballmer did nothing wrong and knew about the FBI gamble investigation that is affecting the team too. However, The nastiest thing I see this week was the Hornets loser behavior. Bro, did you see this? They framed the net.
I didn't see this.
The Hornets framed the net from the game, the playing game, where they beat the Heat.
Why?
Bro, doing that, and you proceeded to go to the playoffs and lose. Bro, you want a playing game? You can frame the net.
They're not embarrassed?
And then, I mean, everything about this, you just traded LaMelo. We don't know what this team is going to look like next year. They could be much worse next year.
They framed the net. Niggas are sick. Listen, take your victories how you can get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick.
Wild. But listen, man, I guess you don't have much going for you if you're a Hornets fan. So you need something to hang your hat on, I guess. I don't think that was it. Tony also says, now for Petty of the Week. Sammy, you thought you had it after last night, but you were still what's his word? Outmatched by the cleaner. Last week, he warned Will the Goblin mask was going to go back on. And it definitely was back on Wednesday. Yeah, I think Kenny was great on Wednesday, man. Like he's at his best when he's in this mode as a heel, man. Yeah, Sammy last night, I knew it was coming, man. I knew he was going to interfere in that match. It's just, there was no way, especially with the way SmackDown ended last week. And he was supposed to get his chance to face the winner of this week's match, and Randy Orton came out there and attacked Cody before the match started. So I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get more of Sammy. Like they're colluding against me. They're screwing me. So I knew he was going to interfere in this match. But yeah, Kevin Owens versus Punk was the main event of SmackDown this week in Toronto, Canada. Felt like a big match. This is the appeal of having your champion wrestle on TV. Go figure. You can have these moments of like a champion showing up and having a TV match. And so far, since Punk has been back, I think that's something he's added to the weekly shows that has really improved it. In Canada, this is like enemy territory for him. He came out with the white Blackhawks gear with the hockey mask and got booed very loudly by the Canadian crowd, which I expected. He really played it up in the promos leading up to this match that he was more and more antagonistic, and I thought that was the right call. You're not going to fully turn this guy heel, but in a situation like this in Canada where Kevin Owens is going to get cheered, you can do something like this. And I thought it worked really well. I thought the match was great. I was really enjoying the match until I knew it was coming. And when Sammy came out, I was like, yep, here we go. Here we go. Ref bump. Here we go. At one point, Sammy hit Punk from the outside, and that set up Kevin Owens to hit him with the stunner. Great near fall after that, because I was like, they actually going to do this title change? It looked like it could happen. And I mean, I don't think it would have hurt anything. I think it would have been awesome to give Kevin Owens another world title run. He's overdue. He hasn't held the Universal Championship since that was 10 years ago. It's a long time.
But I don't think also, since how short and how that reign went, I don't think he'll get a short one. That's why I didn't really believe he was going to beat Punk, because like it's Punk's time right now, and like nobody's going to be beating him for the world title in the next couple months at least.
Yeah, and we're so close to Money in the Bank. I think it makes a ton of sense with the current storyline that they're doing with Sammy, for Sammy to have the briefcase. So I didn't believe that Sammy would let anybody else beat Punk until
he attempts to win the ladder match. And I assume Kevin Owens might be in the mix in the ladder match as well. Looks like that's what they're building towards. So does KO return the favor if Sammy wins the briefcase and he stops him from winning the world championship? Is that the story they're going to go with?
Maybe. But yeah, I just knew we were leading to Sammy screwing Kevin Owens out of this match. He's trying to give Kevin the belt at one point, and Kevin's like, not like this, not this time. I want to win it on my own. And that plays into the build to the match because Punk was like, yeah, I never had to take shortcuts. You take shortcuts. And so of all people, he doesn't want to feel like he needed help to beat Punk. He was like, no, I can beat him. I don't need to do that. And I mean, at the beginning of this match, he was taking it to Punk. I liked how aggressive the match was. I liked that it felt like a real fight early on. I liked the pace of it. When it got to Punk's pace and he took control, it's kind of like most of the matches he's had this year. But yeah, I love that part of the story of Kevin Owens, who has done underhanded things before. Of all people, he's like, I don't need to cheat to beat this guy. I can beat this guy. I've waited 20 years to make this point. I don't need to cheat.
Yeah, that the way that Kevin has worked post this injury has looked great, and so to see him mix it up with Punk pretty early has been awesome. Like, never believed he was going to win, but I'm never going to be mad at them telling a story with Kevin and Sammy. They legit are going to fight forever, and for them to still be intertwined, I think it's good. I just thought it was so funny. I was like, Phil legit predicted this finish, like exactly how it went down.
Yeah, I did an article for Bleacher on the same topic, and I put my prediction in the article, and there were people in the comments like, please don't let Sammy get involved in this match. And I was just like, guys, get ready, because Sammy is going to interfere in this match. It's inevitable. And,
of course.
Sammy getting upset at Kevin after that, and coming afterwards and attacking him and attacking both Punk and holding up the belt like this should be mine. That works because you've built all of this stuff around the world title scene. Very funny that all of this is built around ROH guys now.
Again, guys that were not supposed to make it. Sam used to wear a mask. Punk is who he is. Kevin Owens is too fat, they all said. And these guys are in the main event world title scene in WWE. That's crazy as hell.
Yeah, all the current chase for the world title is ROH New Japan guys. Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. The only guy that's not is Gunther.
Yep. A lot of PWG world champions there too. Gunther, Kevin, Sammy. What a time, man.
Yeah, Gunther continues to be one of the funniest heels on this show. The stuff last week with him and Cardona, where I felt kind of bad for Cardona, but it was really funny. He did it again this week where he was talking to Kevin Owens, and he was like, yeah, you should be worried about me if you win tonight. Don't worry about that Finn Balor guy. And the entire time, Finn Balor is standing right next to him. He's just talking about him like he's not there. He's like, yeah, that Finn Balor guy is a shell of himself. You shouldn't worry about that guy. I was like, bro, you're not going to talk about me like I'm not standing right here.
Gunther's like, do something about it. I do like how they kind of they've added an extra layer to Gunther, and it's interesting.
Bro, Gunther is an underrated talker. Bro, I still think about him telling Cardona, I could call your girl any slur I want, and you're not going to do nothing about it. I was like, bro, nah, dog. I would have been like, cut the cameras off. You're not about to do this on national TV with my wife standing right there. Nah, dog. This ain't no wrestling promo. Cut this off.
Disrespectful. Just walking through disrespecting everybody. I like that energy because, again, he has claimed to be talking this shit.
Gunther's a wild dude, man.
I could say any slur to your woman I want. It's wild.
Crazy thing to say. No, I said it with his whole chest, bro.
I love it. Good bits.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I've said since Punk came back and had the match with Sammy on Raw, I was like, yep, show is better with this guy here. And here we go. Further we get, I was like, yeah, Show is better when Punk is here.
And when people are chasing the world title and you feel like they could beat the world champion, it really makes the show move different. And like, oh, you could get a title match on TV and he might lose and you might just like Roman. There's nothing like that for Roman. When when he has a match, what's going to happen, where it's going, how long he's going to hold the championship, and like to have that on the other side feels pretty refreshing.
SmackDown needed another champion as well. Like Cody was a good champion over the past 2 years, but they needed a refresh. Cody had gotten stale. They kept doing the same kind of storylines with Cody as champion. They needed to do something else.
Good thing they had all these kind of built up things with Punk. He keeps having 10 years worth of story with every fucking wrestler he gets into it with.
I do think after this one, there's not too many more of these I hate you, Punk, and this is why storylines. We've been doing this since he came back to the company at this point.
I never liked you. It's this.
Yeah.
It's been hitting, though. There was also another little debut last night on SmackDown I saw, right?
Oh, that's right. Hiromu showed up in the vignette for Nakamura. I mean, I think they look good together as a tag team. I think he fits with Nakamura. I thought allowing him to speak Japanese and use subtitles, that's the best use of him.
Yep.
I don't know why they don't do more stuff like that with Julia, where she can just speak Japanese or speak Italian and they just add the subtitles to it. I think that's the main thing that has been missing with her since they brought her to the main roster. They just don't show enough of her personality.
And like they think it's gonna be a detriment. It's not, dude. I watch fucking martial arts movies in different languages with the subtitles on and enjoy them just as much. Like I think it can have the same kind of connection here. Of fans fucking have subtitles on all their shows anyways. It's not like it's some crazy thing.
Yeah. Kyoki, that's the new name.
Kyoki. Okay. Japanese guys in WWE, it's pretty hit or miss. So who knows what this could be, you know?
We'll see how it works. They're attempting to rebuild their tag team division. Very funny that this company at one point had Motor City Machine Guns, and now they're trying to rebuild the tag division.
Motor City Machine Guns in the New Day? Who needs them? We don't need those seasoned veterans. Get them out of here.
Why? We've got some more Humper Chats. Let's see.
Humpies.
What do we have before? I could try and get through some more of these first. Okay. Tony says, then this week proceeded to tell Will his kid's new hero will be him and hit the OWA through the table. One Winged Angel, I assume. No more Best Bout Machine. New Japan, Dickhead Kenny has returned. Oh, happy day. Even if he still isn't a heel, LOL. I mean, he's pretty much the heel here. People just don't want to boo him like he is.
Yeah, no, he went pretty much full heel.
Yeah. I mean, walking away and telling him, nah, your son's going to need to get a new hero. That's a crazy line to end that segment with. And I mean, if you didn't know this guy was a heel, he did the stereotypical heel thing to do at the end of the show in the match where he was like, security, seize him.
Get him before he gets down there. Yeah, that's the number one heel tactic of you don't want to fight your own fights. I think he's shown. But again, I don't really know. I think regardless of fans were feeling how they feel, like he wasn't going to forever be a heel. You can't forever be a heel. But again, like fans aren't really letting him anyway.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how this is going to pan out in Wembley Stadium. Because so far this American crowd is just like, nope, we're still Team Elite over here.
But the fans over there feel such a way about Kenny too, and we don't have a lot of Kenny one-on-one main events at All In, so they might just be fuck, this guy's cooking. Like, we love him too.
That's the other part about this. He hasn't had a big one-on-one match at Wembley yet. Some people might decide they're on his side there too. So very curious to see how this is going to play out.
In the main event, we haven't seen him in the main event for the world title, man. Like, it's going to feel different, and he's going to be that guy. Like, it's going to be interesting to see. It could be a split crowd. You never know. Like, it isn't going to be 100% for Ospreay. That's for sure.
No, I don't think so either. Tony says the good Dynamite was better this week with more focus on the major All-In matches and finally focusing on Will and Kenny. Hell, if it wasn't Will's crowning moment, the Willow Mercedes could have headlined it. Death Before Dishonor was a hoot last night. Yeah, let's go through this card for Death Before Dishonor.
Ring of Honor, baby. 2300 Arena. I like the visuals. I think it looked good. I think it sounded good. Like, this is... It felt like true Ring of Honor, the spirit. I don't know if all the results were, but like if you wanted to watch like what felt like a Ring of Honor show, it felt like a Ring of Honor show.
Yeah, really good wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the results, like you said, I was like, oh, okay,
interesting,
cool. But the matches themselves, really, really good. Even with some of the changes they had to make last minute to the card, I thought that it went really, really well. I did not watch all of 0 Hour. Did you?
No, I didn't get to see the full thing either.
Yeah, I did see the tag match that started it with Mina and Queen Aminata taking on Viva Van and Vert Vixen. This was enjoyable for what it was. I enjoy Vert Vixen every time she shows up. Good to see Queen Aminata on the card here with Mina as well. LP took on Adam Brooks. Good to see LP in the mix. Kind of feels like LP is done with New Japan.
Looks like it. He's not in the mix over there at all.
Yeah, but he was very much over with this crowd. Would not be surprised if he gets All Elite graphic.
1000%. He's tremendous. Like he's been pretty featured on Ring of Honor, and I would guess they gotta offer him something at this point.
Yeah. I didn't see the Commander AR Fox match. But I did see Commander picked up the win. It was Commander versus AR Fox and Soleil.
That's what's up. I want to watch that match, actually. That's the one I wanted to go back and see.
Yeah, I did not see that one. LP ended up winning his match, by the way. And Mina and Queen Aminata picked up the win in their match. Then we had the Don Callis family, Hechicero and Brian Cage, taking on Buster in the Brain. I caught the tail end of this, and Hechicero and Brian Cage won here, and I was kind of like, Buster in the Brain are a tag team that you're trying to build up for Ring of Honor, so why did you put them in a match here and then have them lose to a team that's not even really on the show?
Like, I was frustrated that they weren't in the tag title match. I was like, Buster in the Brain should be over here. Like, we should be building towards that. Like, what's going on? And then I was like, trying to figure out where they were. And then I was like, oh, they lost in the pre-show to fucking Hechicero and Brian Cage? Why?
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't see the whole match, but I did catch the tail end of it. And I was so confused by the finish. I was just like, oh, okay.
Because you want to build this division, man. It's at one point in the show, Ian was like, this is the strongest the tag division's ever been. And I was like, you are stretching it, dog. I wouldn't say all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so that's what made this finish even more weird to me, because they did show up in that big schmoz later in the show. And I was like, wouldn't you have wanted them to show up in that schmoz victorious? Because then you could have built them up as somebody that could challenge for the tag titles moving forward.
If they help the tag champions and then they just got a victory, then that. But instead, they're adding Brian fucking Don Callis lore to the tag division. And don't know if I want that.
Yeah, you also had Trent and Rocky on commentary during this match. And yeah, this is what I mean, what I was saying earlier. Like, there's so much Don Callis family stuff on AEW. And then there was a bunch on this show as well, which I don't know that I needed it, but
can't get away from it.
Inescapable. Inescapable at this point.
I'm like on the Ring of Honor show too. What the hell?
Yeah. The main show started with a trios match for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship. Lethal Twist took on Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. I thought this was a lot of fun. Dalton Castle is still really, really funny to me. When he came out during his entrance and he was talking to the camera, and I was just like, this guy, man, very, very entertaining. Outrunners is a bit that still works here. Their gimmick still very much works. But man, Lethal Twist has been tremendous. Every time they've been given an opportunity, whether it be here or on Dynamite, they show up. Their tandem offense looks really, really good to get together. Jay Lethal is still Jay Lethal, man. You put this guy in there with hoopers, he still can show up and hoop with the best of them. Historic night for Jay Lethal because Lethal Twist picked up the win. Jay Lethal has officially held every men's title there is to hold in Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Has to go down as one of the greatest Ring of Honor wrestlers of all time.
Absolutely. Just ran the gauntlet of what every championship is in Ring of Honor, has done everything there is to do here. Legendary figure in this company. I knew this was coming the other week when Lethal Twist took on the conglomeration, and I was like, these guys are going insane. They were going 5,000 miles per hour. I was like, oh, you got to like do something about it. And they've been featured pretty prominently on Dynamite and Collision, messing around with the Demand and kind of being over there. So I knew that they'd soon be the Ring of Honor champions. And when they announced this match and how it went, I was like, it's going to go this way because these guys are great and they're doing this. So I'm happy for them. I think they've been doing tremendous work over there. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson are hoopers, dog. Like another, yes. Like if you don't want to go all the way with them in the trios division, they can also add to this tag division that needs help. They're good. They're great.
Yeah. My favorite running gag that they keep doing with the Demand and Lethal Twist, where every time they show up and the Demand is standing up there with their vest, and then Lethal will stand up there and he's got his vest on all of a sudden too. It's funny to me every time I see it. It's just like, where did he come from with this vest?
Because it feels like he's like, I could do that too. Or like he's about to leave and he's like, let me get my vest out the closet too to match these guys.
Bro, it's so funny to me every time because Ricochet never even acknowledges that he's standing there. He'll just be standing next to them with the vest on, and it's just like,
yeah, Ricochet's never like, he's never like, the Lethal Twist is here too. They're just there.
Bro, hilarious, man. But yeah, this was great. Lee Johnson's just fantastic, underrated wrestler, man. Every time he gets a chance on these Ring of Honor shows, he delivers.
He is fast.
Blake is phenomenal as well. His heel work continues to be really great. The way he kept taunting the Outrunners and doing like their taunts with like the elbow and great stuff. At one point, he got tripped up on the rope and he started selling his ankle, I think. And initially, I was like, did he really get hurt? But I think he was just selling.
It felt like a sell at the end there, but
yeah,
some of these guys are really good at that. There was a couple of bits throughout the night that I was like, is this or this? But no, it all worked out.
Yeah, I was worried at first because he was continuing to sell it throughout the match, but the way he was still moving around at that rate, I was like, nah, I don't think he's actually hurt.
But hey, you never know. Could have been.
At least I hope he's not hurt. Hopefully we don't get a report in the next few days. Knock on wood. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. The Lethal Twist are the new 6-man champions. I think that was the right call with just how great these guys have worked together.
Totally.
And you can have some strong matches coming out of this.
And having them standing with the Demand with their championships, it's going to add something to it.
Yeah. Got Deonna Purrazzo versus Steph DeLander for the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship up next. I thought that this was great because every time they've done Ring of Honor pay-per-views and within the last few months, they've had more than one pure matches on the card. And they always find a way to differentiate the pure matches so it's not just like the same style of like either technical wrestling or like here, let's set up the champion to not try to use up all their rope breaks and do the same dynamic. I thought that they did a great job of telling totally different stories in both pure championship matches.
Yeah, you're right. They've been doing that though since the championship has been kind of involving. Deanna's really good at helping with that too, because she can navigate these pure matches in a totally different way than what Lee is doing, and it shines really heavily on these pay-per-views. And I don't understand why this person is hidden away. Every time I see her wrestle, I'm like, huh? What? Why? Why is like she not like on TV every week, like tearing it up with everybody? Because she's really fucking good. And Steph Delander is awesome too, and I like that. Anytime women get to mix it up in different elements, because like you don't see a lot of women's pure matches, it just feels good.
Yeah, yeah. Deanna is so good. I don't get it. I don't get why she's down there, but I feel like we talk about that every time we review anything Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's old at this point.
Yeah, but this was good. Steph Delander kept trying to look for ways to get around the rules in this match, and that really played into the dynamic throughout with her and Deanna. Deanna forced her to use most of her rope breaks early on in the match, and Steph kept trying to find a way to use closed fists in this match, which is of course against the rules. At some point, she hit Deanna behind the ref's back with a punch, and tried to hit her with her finisher to win the match. Didn't work out in her favor, but she got hoisted by her own petard later in the match when Deanna punched her and set her up for her finisher, and then finished the match with the Venus de Milo for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Deanna been on a tremendous run as pure champion, doing stuff like this, working really smart matches. In a land of 1,000 miles per hour matches, she makes it work every single time. And I thought she did some tremendous work here with Steph.
Yeah. The height difference was funny throughout this match. But I thought the way that they worked that in worked as well. Steph continuing to try to skirt the rules by trying to, introduce a chair or trying to like do something else behind the ref's back. That worked throughout the match. Deanna picked up the win, and I think that was like her niece or like her friend's kid.
Picked up the win and then picked up a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, whose baby is that? Yeah, no, shout out to that baby. Shout out to Deanna.
Shout out to that baby. Yeah, this was a good match. Really enjoyed it. We had the 4-way for the women's television championship match after this. Red Velvet defended her belt against Sky Blue, Marina Shafir, and Seda Steele. I really liked that you could see all of the distinct styles throughout this match. All four of these women wrestle a completely different style, and I thought that it played off well throughout.
Yeah, Red Velvet. Somebody was talking about Red Velvet earlier. A couple of people. She is improved tenfold since the last time you probably seen her. If you haven't seen Ring of Honor, dude, she goes so fast and so hard, and just wants all the opportunities to have fun. I thought everybody shined pretty well in this. Fucking Marina and how her style's so different than everybody, and she makes people really fight, and she has them a little bit frightened, and she's bringing the Death Rider shit to it. Like, this match was really fun. The last couple of weeks of multi-women matches in the AEW universe have been tremendous, because when you just let the women go 1,000 miles per hour, they could put together some tremendous stuff too.
Yes. I thought Marina was great in this match, like to the point that I would have been mad if Marina won in the end. I thought she really came across well. Yeah, it came close. I thought Zeta came off well as well. Sky Blue is really consistent. I think more consistent than she gets credit for. I think in these kind of style of matches, she usually works well. Mox on commentary was hilarious. Every time he comes out with Marina and hypes her up like he's like a proud dad, it's funny to me every time. And then him on commentary where he would be just like jumping from one thing to the next with like breakneck speed. Like he'd be talking about something entirely different, and then he'd look up, break the leg.
he does go on a lot of tangents, but then when he gets excited, he gets right back into it. And some of the things he was saying in this, I was like, I don't even know if you can say that, but he said it.
Very, 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 very funny. At one point, Zeta came flying out of the ring and into his lap, and he's like, "It's okay, I caught her. My hands are up here. I'm not a creep."
Yeah, I'm not mad at him on commentary at all. But yeah, the styles worked well together. The 4-way, I thought the way that Red was being elusive and getting away from everybody and using her thing to really shine here really helped. I like the speed at what she does things and how kind of hard hitting she is. I think that she has a really good place and could be utilized more. It's kind of crazy that she's also kind of hidden away over here.
Yeah.
It's the story of the show.
Yeah. I liked when it broke down and she and Marina got into a strike exchange, and commentary had to remind us yet again that her father was a boxer, and so she squared up and like started actually throwing real punches. I thought that was funny. But
she's letting the fans go too.
Yeah, in the end, it looked like Marina was gonna win. She had the knee bar locked in, and it looked like, I think it was Sky, right? It looked like Sky was going to tap out, and before she could tap out, Red Velvet hit the frog splash to pick up the win. I wouldn't have minded if the title changed hands here, just so Red Velvet could go off and do something else, like challenge for the main title or come to the main show. But I did really enjoy this match.
Yeah, I thought everybody worked extremely hard. Red did tremendous work. Zeta Still's getting better every time. Like a really fun match between everybody.
Yes. Lee Moriarty versus Katsuyori Shibata for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship was up next. Of course, the story was supposed to be Nigel McGuinness, with the stipulation that if Nigel lost here, he would have to leave Ring of Honor forever. Sure seemed like this was setting it up for Nigel to win this match, and probably I don't know what the story would have been moving forward with Lee, but it sure seemed like that was going to be the end of his reign.
Yeah, it seems like that was kind of the natural progression.
Misreading it, but
they've ran this match a couple times. They've been telling the story that they're trying to get Nigel back to do it. So I was like, oh, he's finally going to do it. So them having to kind of put together a different story with Shibata, I thought was interesting, but they totally did a great job on it. I'm just trying to see where this Nigel thing is going.
Yes. That's why I'm wondering like how they're going to change pace. And that's what makes it even more weird that they went from this match where you had an established story but kept him in the tournament. I'm still not sure what to make of that. The only if he goes to Wembley and loses and they just ditch the story, that it's going to be a very strange chain of events. But I thought that they pivoted well here with the Shibata match. This was Lee's probably his biggest challenge to date because he hasn't beaten Shibata yet. He's had 2 matches with Shibata on AEW programming, and he lost both of them. And even throughout this match, you could see that Shibata kind of had his number. For everything that Lee was throwing at him, Shibata was ready for it. Shibata forced him to use a bunch of his rope breaks very early in the match, which is out of character for Lee. But I thought that it came across really well how much he had to work to win this match. All the way to the end, where he had to sneak in the European clutch to get the win. But what a really great run he's been on as pure champion. I think that he should be the guy that beats Bandito for the world championship. I've been saying that for a few months now. And the backstage segment they had later on in the night kind of confirmed what I feel like they should do.
Yeah, the story of what the Pure Championship was in previous times, like that feels like that's what they would get to, of like Lee had such a tremendous run, he should move into the world title scene, and I think he should. Love the pacing of this match. Love Shibata being a dickhead through most of it and being like, don't really care about whatever story you're trying to tell. I'm just going to fling you. I'm just going to grab all of your limbs. I'm going to slam you against the ropes. Like the punishment he had Lee in was really good, of like, it turned into Lee was coming into this match and was going to go kind of counter for counter. He's kind of figure out what Nigel is. Like, he was going to work a different match. He was trying to survive in there with Shibata, like clawing, trying to get away. Shibata smiling, fucking gouging at his eyes and every limb that he has. Like, it was just a constant of Lee trying to create separation, and I thought that was a really good story. Him having to use Nigel tactics essentially to win the match. Like, so many good stories I think that were told throughout this. And Lee was already tremendous, but he's gotten so much better as pure champion, like so much smarter. I think what people initially 3-4 years ago, who they thought Lee Moriarty was as a wrestler, he's that wrestler now.
Yes. I still think they've got like a run with him as a big babyface champion that we haven't gotten yet. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of why I feel like you could do a storyline of him leaving the Shane Taylor promotion. It seemed like he wasn't as like enthused with them, like trying to hype him up and
when they came at the end.
Mm-hmm. He definitely looked like he wasn't feeling it. Mm-hmm. And you know, for good reason, because he probably is looking at it like, I survived that match. Like I had to really use, like you said, the Nigel tactics. He used Nigel's lariat at one point, and then the European clutch at one point to pick up the win. So yeah, I could see him kind of feeling like, I don't feel as confident about that win as you guys do.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you kind of look at the history of him with Shane Taylor Promotions, it's all, if you know Lee, the character and the real person, very quiet guy. Like the Shane Taylor, everybody, Carly and Shane and Captain, they're loud, man. They're outside. They're, talking big talk. Lee's not like that, man. He's kind of on the side. He lets his ring work do the talking. He's not going to be out here bragging on that shit. And that's what it felt like at the end when they all came out and they're jumping up and down. And he's just like, look, I'm the champ. I'm going to get my rest. Like, that was a good win. It wasn't like whatever you guys are creating here. So I could see them creating some cracks in what it is. And if this is leading to Lee as the ROH World Champion, sounds good to me.
Yeah. I would love to see that. But yeah, really good match. We are blessed to still see Shibata wrestling at this talent level at this point in his career. At one point, we thought he was done with wrestling, and he is still putting on good matches like this with young guys. Like, really amazing to see.
Mm-hmm. Still here and still having some of the best. One of the best matches of the show was this.
Definitely. We had the big Fatal 4-Way for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship up next. El Sky Team defended their belts against the La Facción Ingobernables, Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortos. The Computerized Kingdom. I don't know what to make about this gimmick, which played into this match quite a bit, but we'll get into it. And Top Flight.
I've been saying this online, and Mike Bennett has really been going after it and sticking to it, and Matt Taven, and I hadn't been mad at it until this match, Phil. It was just a little too much in the match. Like, they're stopping the match to look at the phone, and then Matt and Mike are talking to Sammy and Beast Mortos, and they're looking at the phone too. I'm like, put that phone down, because the match is cooking. Like, everybody's going at 1,000 miles per hour, and they have to stop to do a phone bit. And I was like, okay, I haven't been upset about this bit until now.
Yeah, the whole bit is that the Kingdom are using shortcuts. They're using AI to improve their wrestling and improve their act. It's so silly, but it was certain parts in the match where I was just like, this is so fucking dumb. The thing that makes it work, though, is because Matt Taven is hilarious, bro. Taven buying completely into this and trying to sell it. It's very funny. But yeah, this was very flippy, high speed match. I think it's easy to forget with where they're at currently on Ring of Honor and how much momentum they've lost. But man, Top Flight, bro, they're so good. Like, I want I want to ask the question, like, why aren't they doing more with them? But it's like, bro, like when you see how effortless it is for Dante, like remember when that run he was on when Darius was hurt and he was like having all of the like tremendous singles matches and he was on TV every week, and you kind of forget because he's not anymore. But like some of the stuff he was doing in this match, I was just like, this kid is ridiculous. Like
it's like it's not even the main focus, and like he'll just do a little thing where you're like, what? How did he do that? Like so many times. Like Dante killed it, but I thought Darius was in there fucking cooking, dude. Like every moment that he had, it felt like there was an extra something on it. He was throwing super hard strikes, jumping super high. He had a drop kick at one point that I was like, okay. And I was like, the way that they kind of told the story going into the match, they're like, Top Flight's on this 11 fight win streak and they're doing all this. I'm like, hey, they might be able to do it. They kept telling this they'll be the sixth brother team to ever do it. I'm like, what if they did it? But like they didn't do it at all.
yeah. I'm assuming that's gonna pay off sometime later in this year, but
I hope so.
Man, were they great in this match, bro? Because I mean, like you said, Dante just pulling off like these crazy athletic moves, like just standing flips out of nowhere, just like. And like you said, I've always thought that Darius was extremely underrated out of these two guys. Like, when they were on the Indies, I saw a lot more of Darius's wrestling as Airwolf than I did Dante.
Same.
And so, when they came to AEW as a tag team, and I saw how good Dante was, I'm like, yeah, but I don't think you guys realize how good Darius is, bro. Like, I don't think the AEW audience has really seen how good he is yet.
They don't know because either the injury or, when he's in the tag team, he's not shining as much. But like if he had a run, he could be one of the best wrestlers in the company. Like I'm talking about, like this guy's really fucking good, and he's with his brother, and I think they're awesome. And they both were cooking throughout this entire match. Like this match started going 1,000 miles per hour, and they were, like Phil said, just effortlessly doing things.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it's that time he was injured, so a lot of people just didn't get the same kind of push that Dante got. And then they just haven't quite figured it out with their presentation yet.
Yes.
And that's been the missing piece with them as a tag team, but they're so good in ring, bro. They're just like tremendous. Like when people were comparing them to like the Hardys of this generation, I was like, no, that's pretty close because you've got like this young, high-flying, flippy guy in Dante that's about as close as you can get to Jeff, and then you've got a guy that's more straightforward in Darius. Like, no, that's a pretty close comparison.
But can still do some of the things that their brother can do, because like that's how it was for Matt. It's like Jeff was going crazy, but Matt Hardy can do 450 splashes and fucking moonsaults and crazy dives too. He just chooses not to because his brother's doing all of them, and that's exactly what it is with Top Flight. But you make a very important point, because I even felt that during this match. Their presentation, even in this, I was like, they just seem like guys. Like they need something else to be added on to it, and like the fact that they have like prestige in being tagged Top Flight. Like it doesn't come off like that. They just come off as like two guys in black pants.
Yeah, they just don't have that. They don't have that missing piece yet with the presentation and just like. But I think they can figure that out.
Definitely.
And I mean,
they're still super young.
They're still super young, and they had to change it around when they came because again, when I first saw them, they were wrestling in masks.
Can't be masked guys. But yeah, they just got to figure out they still haven't figured out what these two guys are besides great wrestlers, and it'll happen.
Yes. But I thought they fit in the mix very well here. Of course, Mystico and Mascara Dorada are just tremendous wrestlers. Like I mean, we already know how they give it up. The flippy luchador stuff in this match was tremendous. I thought Sammy was great here as well. In the spots he was given, Beast Mortos is still extremely popular with the audience. They love this guy. When he does that big corkscrew he does coming out of the ring, it always gets a great reaction.
That they had a bit in this where Sammy and Beast were trading tag outs and Sammy was getting heat, and I was like, Sammy is one of the most intriguing stories in AEW. But then like he'll do a shooting star press off the top rope to the floor, and you're like, oh yeah, that's why. Like he does a lot of things very effortlessly too, and I wish like fans would take to him for real. And I don't know if he'll ever be able to overcome that little. There's something blocking getting to the next level, and it's something with the fans, and I don't know if he could ever do anything to change that. But he was tremendous in it. Him and Beast Mortos playing off what the Kingdom were doing with their bits was awesome. And when these guys started going crazy, there's chanting and everybody's flipping everywhere. Like this got to the place you thought it was seeing the teams on paper.
Yeah, very fun match. El Sky team picked up the win.
They did it
to retain the championships, and then we got the big smize at the end where the other tag teams all ran down to the ring, and I was just like, so a lot happening right now. I don't know what the end goal here is, but we got a lot of teams in the mix, including Bustin' the Brain. I don't remember all the tag teams off the top of my head that came.
Ortiz was down there at one point. Yes. Don Callis fan, all kind of people were there.
Yeah, I was like, it's a lot going on. If you're trying to make the point to like thin the herd with a big multi-man match, this did not really do that because you had even more men in the ring by the end.
Did not thin the herd. I'm like, there's 10 tag teams that still need to do their thing here after this.
Yeah, but really enjoyed this match. Then we had Daniel Garcia versus Adam Priest in a play-in match for the Continental Challenge Cup. The winner would be Eddie Kingston's replacement. This was phenomenal.
God, this fucking match, dude. Oh my God.
This was phenomenal. I had two screens up at the same time because I had SmackDown up to watch Punk versus Kevin Owens, and this match happened to be on at the same time. And I kept looking back and forth, and I was like, "Oh no, they're over there cooking on ROH, man." I had to actually go back and watch this match all the way from the beginning. Really, really good match.
I love this match, you guys. Both these guys have came through West Coast Pro, so I got to see them like live and up close and personal. And then like I hadn't seen them together. And then when this match started, I was like, oh yeah, these guys kind of have the same style almost. Like they have a lot of the same moves. They both do pile drivers. They both love kind of like a gritty in your face style. And then the match showed it even more. I was like, oh yeah, they started to do like a mirror match trade-off type thing where they were going for the same moves because they worked the same type of spots. And so at one point when they got into that figure four thing where they rolled all the way to the outside of the ring and then they're fighting each other and just like that kind of struggle that they continuously had of trying to figure out how to counter the other person because they're going for the same type of things. Like the struggle in this match and the kind of urgency that both guys were working with, like this was one of the best matches of the show. Smartly worked thing. Daniel Garcia was awesome in this of like acting like the veteran, using the Death Rider stuff. Marina's there on the side, just like kind of hyping him up. But then Adam Priest being like, I don't care about any of that. I'm the dirty white boy. I got these kind of outlandish tricks that I try to trick you with. Just like you guys, this match was awesome. That's it. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Really, really loved this match. Adam Priest, man, I think he is like, he is amazing. He's gotten some huge endorsements, and I think they're all well deserved. The stuff that I had seen him doing as an indie wrestler, even before he came to ROH, I was like, oh, this guy he's got it. And I mean, you could obviously see his influences. And man, he's so good. Like when Bryan Danielson was like, he's like one of his favorite current wrestlers. I was like, I could totally tell because the style of wrestling really works.
Both of them. I'm sure he watched that match last night and was like, yeah, my guys.
This is his invitational. This was basically a Bryan Danielson invitational match.
Just an awesome match though, and like Daniel Garcia ended up pulling out the victory. They both were like wounded, legs from the figure four thing. Ends up with the Dragon Tamer, finishes them off. He's going on to Collision tonight against Claudio. That's how are they going to tell that teammate story? Like a lot of stuff kind of attached to this, but like if you want to see like a match that's not full of spot foo and not full of 1,000 miles per hour, just a smartly worked two guys trying to win, like this was the match for you.
Yeah, very, very smartly booked match. Early on, Garcia was working the ankle, and it looked like, yeah, that's going to be his strategy throughout the match. And then Adam Priest was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Oh, we're doing that. And once he got into that mode and started targeting his ankle and knee, and he put in at one point he locked in a figure four, and Garcia tries to roll to the rope to get him off of him, and then he ends up rolling all the way off of the apron onto the outside to try to get him off.
Nasty.
And Priest is holding it the entire time, like being able to stay locked in and stay positioned that way and keep it looking perfectly. They ended up rolling all the way up to the ramp, and he still got this hold in. He is not letting it go.
It was tight too. It wasn't like, it didn't look sloppy. It didn't look like they were letting go at any point. Like it was tight all the way up to the ramp. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, just really, really, really great match. Can't say enough good things about this one.
Legit. I mean, Daniel Garcia is so good, but you can like you don't get a lot of time to see him because he doesn't do a lot of singles matches, but you can see like how working with the Death Riders and being involved in that hasn't helped him, and this match really showed it.
Yes. Dan came out of this match with his battle scars. He was favoring his leg, even in the backstage promo he cut. And I thought the promo was hilarious, where he's just like, I don't care who I have to face, Claudio, even if it's punk ass Mox. And Mox was like, what? He's like, I'm just playing. It's just jokes.
I like that he's been Mox has been letting him talk too. Sometimes he'll lead off the little Death Riders things, and he's so funny.
Yeah, he's yeah, I really enjoyed this. I also, man, like, I know you could be like, Garcia's kind of like hid away with the Death Riders, but I really love the more and more personality he showed with them and how he fits with them. Like even during his entrance when he was doing the push-ups with Marina and she was hyping him up, and they did their like little hype up that they do before they go into the match. I thought all of that was great.
It looked like the push-ups were going to the music too. It made me laugh. Like when they fit, I'm like, they're going to the beat with it.
Yeah. Man, I wouldn't be mad at Big Dan picking up the win either, man. Like, I think Dan Garcia moving on would be great.
It would.
But we'll see. It would be, now that I think about it, because Nigel is still in the mix, this probably wasn't the intended story. But you had this storyline last year with Nigel and Garcia in London.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mox is going to lose, but Dan versus Nigel at Wembley would be a moment.
Mox ain't losing, but that would be a moment. I think he should beat Claudio, but I don't think he will beat Claudio.
Yeah, I would like to see him win tonight, but
yeah,
we'll see. Action Andretti versus Lio Rush for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship in a Fight Without Honor match was up next. This was a lot of fun. Leo is incredibly over with this gimmick, man, and that crowd really liked this guy. I mean, from the second he came out, he was getting the Leo chants and the "It's Fine" chants. Everything this guy did got over with that crowd. Like, I mean, I don't care what he did. He did the silly dive with the umbrella, and they didn't care. They loved everything this guy was doing.
Yeah, Leo has crossed over, you guys, into that. Whatever that, like, the feeling of we just like this guy and he's cool, and even his bits we love, he's now that. Because, like, he comes out. He's been a Sabu tribute. Shout out to the homie Sway Archer out in Canada who does tremendous work with the gear making. Helped Leo with that, and just that, and him being silly, and the Philly crowd fucking loved everything that he did. Action Andretti is pretty impressive wrestler too, who I don't think gets enough love when it just comes down to the bell ringing and he can go. Like, I thought this was a lot of fun. It needed to be. This match came at the perfect time, Phil, of like what we had been getting in the pay-per-view. You needed a little variety, some kind of cluster to break it up, and this is what that match was.
Yeah, I thought early on, before we got into all of the weapons and shenanigans of this match, when they were just when they were just wrestling and they were trying to one up each other and trying to like match each other's moves, I thought that was really cool. Like, just because we see Leo do this to everybody with the misdirection, and he's so fast, but because Action Andretti has been in a tag team with him, he knows his pattern, he knows his moves, and so he was keeping up with everything he was doing, and I thought that was really cool. The weapon stuff was fun as well, like the Leo throwing everything he could possibly find at this guy. At one point he threw a chair at him and it got caught perfectly in between the ropes to set up the next spot. I don't know how he did that.
Voodoo. Like, it landed like what? How, the chair knew what the next spot was. That's crazy.
I don't know how the heck he did that. Caprice was really like thrown off. He was like, "There's the ghost in here." Like, what?
I mean, it did look like there was a ghost in here, though. That's a crazy ass spot. I don't know if you guys have seen that Leo Rush making magic happen, but go check that out.
Yeah. This was all basically like hardcore match fare. Leo got busted open at one point. Leo coming out with the bag with the glass in it, and he pours it out, and he tries to rub Action Andretti's face in it, and he stops him before he does. So he picks up a piece of glass and he stabs him in the face with it, and he's bleeding. And then Leo proceeds to start sweeping the glass back up and putting it back in the bag.
He's doing bits with the stuff too. It doesn't end. And yeah, he's unlocked something, Phil, man. Like, I think this is what he's been working towards for years now, and like for the fans to understand is really cool.
Yeah, Shane Monster, when he started saying that during the match, I was dying laughing. He's like, cuts. cuts.
Leo's nuts, but it totally works.
Yeah, what a character, man. The facial expressions are just tremendous. Early in the match where he's like trying to like ease his way up to Action Andretti, and he punches him in the face, and he turns straight at the camera, and he's got the look on his face, kind of like Bobby Brown when he did the behind the music where he's got his lip like screwed up. He's like, hilarious, bro.
The fact that Leo knows when to do those moments and it doesn't take away from the match, it enhances the matches. Like, bro just really gets it.
Yes. The ending of the match wasn't quite my favorite, but I do like that they have a plan for Action Andretti, and it's not just like do this storyline with Leo and move on, because it would be so easy to do that. And I feel like Leo's popular enough where he doesn't need a belt. Like, he's so over as this character. But Action Andretti, on the other hand, he needs something to move for. If he would have just lost here, you could easily see him getting lost in the shuffle. The way he won, though, was where I was like, we get the lights go out and they come back on.
ECW arena thing. Yeah, I see it. I see what y'all doing.
we get an homage to the Sabu and Hook spot. I mean, Sabu and Taz moment, and Hook is in the ring. Hook interferes in the match, ends up getting thrown through the door. That sets up the rest of the ops to come down, and the rest of the ops is just Bowens at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming at this point they've recruited Action Andretti into the ops. They help him pick up the win. They pour the glass out onto the table and throw poor Leo through it. Leo ends up getting beat here. Action Andretti is the new Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Again, I think that's the right call for Action Andretti because he needed something moving forward. And this keeps this feud going with Leo. The op stuff, I just don't know, man. Like, I don't know if this fits here. I think Action Andretti works with those two guys. They look right together. The ops as a concept, though, what is it at this point without Samoa Joe?
Yeah. And is Samoa, and when he comes back, is he a part of it or is he out? Like,
yeah,
it visually it feels like something, and this young guys feel so it's like
Yeah.
it like works, but I'm just like I don't know what's gonna happen.
yes.
But yeah, shout out to Action Andretti. I think that if any belt's going to be hot potatoed, as they feel, or people say, like the television championship makes the most sense, has the most defenses, is always on television. So like this makes sense. It's not weird that Action went over here. And like you said, he needs a little something more to latch onto than Leo does.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I like this match a lot more than I expected. And it's because Leo is so entertaining.
He's
and
good.
Action Andretti was great here as well. Caprice Coleman on commentary was really, really funny throughout this match as well. Like I said, his reaction to the chair spot was really, really funny. Then we had really match of the night for me, which I'm not shocked because it's
surprised.
Bandito. Bandito versus Nick Wayne for the Ring of Honor World Championship. I don't know what they put in Nick Wayne's water when he went to Japan, but ever since he's come back from that injury, he's been incredible, man. He's had like 4 matches this month where it's just like, this guy, man, this kid is out of here, man. Like this, like I thought he came out with like a ton of charisma. Like he, like his gear and everything, he's looked like he just has put it all together. He's got the confidence. His promos have improved, and in ring, he's going 1,000 miles per hour. He just, this kid looks like the future of this company, man.
Yeah. There's a bunch of sons. I like to call them sons of Osprey or sons of Ricochet or sons of that generation. Nick Wayne is fully becoming into the son of Osprey, the life that he wanted to be, the confidence that he wanted to move into, the look, the speed, the intensity, like coming after that Best of Super Juniors and taking everything that you learn and turning it into whatever this is has been awesome. Like I say son of Osprey because like one of my favorite Bandito matches previously was him and Osprey at Best of Super Juniors, like 2016, probably 10 years at this point. And I remember watching that match and being like, wrestling is changing. Like this is video game wrestling. Like I can't believe that these people, like what I dreamed of wrestling becoming as a kid, we're seeing it on display again here last night, Phil. These guys were doing things that I was like, how did you do that? How did Nick Wayne end up right there and then Bandito's right there? How are they trading shots and they know exactly, like it's just the chemistry that both these guys had was awesome. We've known what Bandito did, but like Phil said, like you can see from soon as Nick Wayne's music hits and soon as he sees the camera, it's like, this is mine. Like I'm number one here. I don't give a fuck who you are projecting to be the future of this business. I'm here to take it all. And the confidence that he's been working the whole time, trying to win the match, trying to knock Bandito's head off, but also being a 20-something-year-old and wanting to look fly while doing it at the same time and wanting to go viral while doing it at the same time too. Just like taking everything and putting it all together in a match with Bandito with such a high stakes, man. Like Nick Wayne is the future, like Phil's saying. This is all his.
Yeah, he looked really great.
So good. Oh my God.
I mean, Bandito is Bandito. Still one of the most versatile workers in the entire industry. Some of the stuff that he manages to do on the fly. He had the torture rack spot that he does to set up the X knee at one point, and it looked like something happened there where it looked like he had to change it midway and change it into a different move, and he just did it perfectly without seemingly thinking about it. Like it was like, how?
Bandito's such a sick transition wrestler. Like the way that he transitions from this to this, and like he looks small, and like it just looks like it's crazy. Some of the feats of strength that he pulls off in this. He tried to kill Nick Wayne at one point with that. They were on the outside with the ring steps, and he tripped Nick Wayne up, and Nick Wayne went head first into.
Oh my god, bro! He landed head first on those steps. That's where he got busted open, and
dog.
I mean, bro, it looked very gruesome. Yeah, just great stuff. The stuff on the outside looked fantastic. I mean, both of these guys I thought came out with that shit on. Fucking Bandito's gear always looks fire. Like, but he always finds a way to up his game with the gear and make it feel like a big match because of like, and that's why, like I was saying earlier with Top Flight, like presentation is so important, and a big part of what he has going for him isn't just the in ring. He just looks cool.
Mm-hmm. He looks like a main eventer. He looks like the champion. He looks like something. And that's what separates it. And when it's a main event, it feels like a main event because of all these different elements that he brings to it.
Yes. But yeah, the rate these guys were working at was just off the charts, man. Like the big moves they were hitting, the reversals, just insane stuff throughout. I thought at one point, because as good as this match was, I was like, it feels like a predictable finish. By the end of this match, I thought Nick was going to win, especially when he cheated and hit the low blow and he set up the false finish. I was like, oh, and then he set up the next big move. I was like, he's just going to pick him up and hit him with another finisher and win. And he didn't. And I almost was kind of like, hey, maybe you could have just gave Nick the win here because it looked like he was right there. It looked like he was on the cusp of winning.
Mm-hmm. There was one part where Bandito tried to hit the 21 plex. Wayne reverses him with the fucking poison Rana. That fucking, I'm like, yeah, brother. Yeah, there was a couple points in this match where, like, if Nick Wayne had done it, it would have hit. Like, it would have worked. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't have been bad at all. And, like, he locked into whatever savage mode you need to. It's good to have a dance partner like Bandito because he does some crazy things. But Nick Wayne was going 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the reversals in this match were just stupid. Like, he put the poison Rana at one point, he's got Nick up on his shoulders, and Nick like pops out of it and does like cold red, it looked like, which
and Nick Wayne's long too, so some of the things he does, it's like, how did you get into that position, dude?
Yeah, just like the positioning and knowing where you are at certain parts in the ring, and some of the spots that they were hitting where they were close enough where it's like, how'd you know how to like squeeze into that spot without like slamming your head against the post behind you? Like, just unreal, man. Like, this match was really, really good. In the end, Bandito really ended up kind of surviving Nick because, like I said, Nick tried to cheat by hitting him with the low blow. Then he hits his finisher, and Bandito immediately kicks out. And then he goes to pick him up to hit him with a finisher again, and Bandito just rolls him up and picks up the win. Mm-hmm. I think they should run this one back, guys. Yeah. And if they ran it back, I would not be mad at Nick Wayne picking up the win.
You need, I mean, I've been surveying kind of the roster of Ring of Honor, feels like for the last year, trying to figure out who can beat Bandito. I remember, like, legit, you guys getting a pen and paper and, like, writing, like, oh, what if this guy's over here? What if this guy's over here? And, like, Nick Wayne was on that list, but, like, I don't want to say my thoughts were he wasn't ready, but I don't think the world was ready. Now he's ready. The world's ready. Everyone's ready. If Nick Wayne's the one to do it, I think that'd be great. It'll show like the youth movement. It'll show that we're trying to invest in something. The spirit of Ring of Honor, that actually would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. 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 This was incredible.
Shit was hard.
Man. Incredible match.
Shit was heat.
The main event was Hazuki taking on. Sorry, Gemini. I was not talking to you. I don't know why Gemini always wants to intersect in like you're a part of this podcast. Chill out,
The
Gemini.
bro said, "What part of the game interests you the most? Why are you in this?"
Yeah. Does not involve you, Gemini. But yeah, the main event was Athena taking on Hazuki for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. This was also very, very good. My minor gripes with it are mostly the fact that I think that Athena has outgrown Ring of Honor and this role. But other than that, this match was really, really good. Hazuki gave Athena the fight of her life. Like, she was in there, like, literally fighting for her life at certain parts of this match. As somebody that has been a Hazuki truther for years at this point, all the way back to before she retired the first time from Stardom and came back, I loved seeing her get these matches in the U.S. And every time she comes back, the crowd is more and more into her. And I think this match is going to do a lot for her with this crowd. And I think a lot of AEW fans are going to know more and more about Hazuki after this year.
Yeah. Athena's been tremendous. She understands what it is to be world champion. She understands the main event. She understands how to structure a match. I thought that all the elements that you thought she would bring, she brought them here. Like, she felt like the big world beater, the big person that's, they're trying to get this championship off of her. And Hazuki was doing everything she could to try to get that motherfucking championship off of her, brother. Hands, feet, stomps, all the things. Like, bro, really bringing a tornado around Athena, I'd like to say.
Yeah. Athena is, as much as like I think like Mercedes is like a top tier wrestler, like possibly one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Athena is like pretty close, man. Every time I watch Athena, she manages to pull something out of her bag that I've never seen her do before. And she just does it all so well. Like, her strikes look good, her mat game, her submissions look good. That power slam that she's been doing on an apron, that I'm not sure how she manages to do it perfectly, where she's hanging out of the rope and catching somebody and then hitting them perfectly on the apron. I don't know how she pulls that off perfectly without, because there's a margin of error there where that could go really wrong. But she makes it look good every time. That variation of the O face that she did in this match that I've never seen her do, which just like, again, is part of what makes this run as champion so good, is that every time she's like pinned against a corner, she'll pull out something out of the blue where it's just like, wait a minute, I've never seen you do that before. What is this?
I think the thing that for me and Athena, the thing that really kind of gets me is it doesn't feel like this is going to sound crazy, doesn't even feel like she's hit her prime yet. Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even think we're seeing 100% Athena. Like, I think like she has more. Like, she's so good that sometimes she's like, I'm not even going to give it all. And like, that's what, like, I'm like, there's more in there, guys. We haven't seen everything. And like, every match she gives us a little something, could be like, I'm good, but I could really be better than everybody out here. And it feels like she holds back, which sounds crazy because that's how fucking good she is. Like, things are easy for her. It's effortless. She could switch from heel to face in an instant. Like, she just understands everything it is to be a great wrestler and a great champion. And every time she has one of these big matches, I'm like, yeah, you guys, like, they have like a fucking tremendous transitional, like, life-changing style wrestler, and she's just another wrestler sometimes. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I think that if anything has been the big benefit of this ROH run is her proving herself as a big match wrestler. At every turn when she's getting like these big epic main events, she shows up and delivers. And she's done it with so many different opponents at this point. Like, this is like an all-time great run. No, there's no denying it. But well, before I say that, I thought like Hazuki, the pace she worked here with as well, like
she's one of the best pacing wrestlers in the world. Hazuki is. Every time I see her, I'm like, wow.
yeah, she is fantastic, and I mean, she's one of those wrestlers that works like that high speed style in Japan, and you can tell when she comes over here, it's just like, oh, we're at that pace. Okay, okay.
We're not all doing this. Wait, we're not all killing each other and going 1,000 miles per hour. I'll come down to your level.
Yes. Yeah, like the big move she hit Athena with, dropping her on her neck and head several times in this match, which just looked like, oh my God, how are you still moving around at this? She landed a crossbody on her across a chair outside at one point, and it took Athena a while to get up. I think this is when Athena had the asthma attack because she was down for a while. She was down, it looked like longer than they expected. And at that point, Billy and Diamante were like around her, like,
oh, this is real?
her. Yeah, I think she tweeted at one point.
Oh shit!
That she had like a legit asthma attack. I think this is when it happened. It was when she landed a crossbody on the outside because she was down a lot longer.
Yeah, there was a time where it was like, oh, they're taking time, but I thought they could just be setting something up. But like that makes even more sense.
Yeah, I thought initially that she was selling, but once she said that she had the asthma attack, I think this is where it happened.
Aha, dude, being a wrestler that has asthma is crazy.
Yeah, scary, very scary stuff.
Super scary.
But yeah, I mean, again, and that just further confirms just how
she's doing all that with asthma. Fucking shit, that's crazy.
to recover from the asthma attack at that point in the match, and then continue to wrestle for the remainder of this match at a high level. This wasn't a short match. Yeah, incredible. But yeah, the once we got the interference with Billy and Diamante, I was with other Mikey V. What he said earlier, where I was just like, we're still doing this. Like at this point, she's been such a dominant champion. She doesn't need interference to win her matches, and I don't even think it fits the character anymore. I don't think the MIT stuff is even working as this is leading somewhere. I want Billy to get her moment thing anymore. Like at this point, it just feels like all of this is just it's stale. It's outdated at this point. I think Athena needs to move on. She's outgrown this act. She's outgrown Ring of Honor. It's just time. It's time for her to move on.
And it's funny because every time we see her on, rarely featured on Dynamite, or she's featured on Collision, it's like, yes, this is what we want, more of this, and it's awesome, and she has a great run, and everything works. It's like, and then they just send her back to Ring of Honor to kind of like you're doing when we started this show. The issue is like, while the matches are great, they all kind of feel the same. They all kind of have like the same ending. They all kind of have the same structure. They all kind of have the same thing, and they're tremendous wrestlers, and they make it work. But it's like, we kind of want something else for this person we know could do so much more. Like, it's like she's just being wasted away because, again, if she was being featured over here and in feuds, like, she would just stretch so much farther. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think if they were going to give Billy the win, they should have done it a year ago, over a year ago at this point. It's
2 years ago at this fucking point. Damn.
Yeah, at this point, I think the moment's passed. I think you've just got to move on. And
like, if they're still telling the story that Billy is going to do it, like, they are taking the longest road in history, and we could have done it. It's another one of those, they had the moment and they let it go for some reason.
Yeah. But man, what a really, really good match. I mean, this
great main event.
You probably could have shaved some time off of it towards the end. But other than that, this was really, really good. Even like I said, the way that Athena had to get in her bag and hit that variation of the O-face to the outside to set up a second O-face in the ring to beat Hazuki. It made Hazuki feel like out of everybody she's faced, I mean, we're talking about like Persephone, Willow, Sheeta, all of these other wrestlers she's faced. This made it feel like Hazuki was like the biggest challenge she faced. And I mean, to even further cement that, she bowed to her afterwards and showed respect afterwards. I thought that came across really well, which again is why I feel like the MIT stuff is outdated. Because you've got them helping her and trying to interfere throughout the match, and she's showing Hazuki respect on the way out. It's just like you probably could have just did a straightforward one-on-one match without that.
That's what I think a lot of the times, but the thing is, right, and I'm still like, well, where is this going to end up? We still have too many questions on this side, because now, Phil, we've gotten to this place where whoever does beat her, it's got to mean something, right? You can't just have some one-off bullshit when now it's like, did they paint themselves into a corner where they're never going to find someone to beat her? Like, there's just too many questions attached to it.
Yeah, I think it should have been Maya.
Should have been Billy initially. There was a moment it could have been Willow, and then it could have been Maya, and like now I don't know who the fuck it's going to be.
I don't think that it reads well that it feels like they wanted to give Maya a moment, and it felt like the Ring of Honor World Championship wasn't the moment. Which,
no, I hear you. Yep, you're right. Yep, it looks crazy. Is all it is. Yeah. Of like, yeah, we wanted to give her a big moment, but not that, a real big moment.
Yeah, which, like I said, it makes Ring of Honor look like, small potatoes again, and you want the person that beats Athena to feel like a big deal. I don't know who it's going to be at this point. You could run this match with Hazuki back. Maybe you could give Hazuki the win. Maybe you could go with Shuri. I don't know if they're still planning to do that match.
Red, maybe we can get Red back to it potentially.
Yeah, maybe, but at the rate that they're trying to do this MIT thing, like I said, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It feels like they're still trying to tell with this last night. I'm like, oh, they're still trying to tell the Billy story, and I don't know if that's.
I don't think that's it.
It's been so long, Phil. That's all I was thinking. Is like, damn, it's been a long time. Like they had a final battle match 2 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, you've got options in terms of the talents you have. Like,
of course.
I just don't know what the story is at this point, man. I don't. But at this point, we'll see. Again, really good pay-per-view in terms of like the in-ring.
If you want a good wrestling show, this was it.
Yeah, this was some of the best wrestling I've seen all year. And my minor gripes about ROH at this point, and my gripes about like where certain people feel like they're at a standstill, that didn't harm this show at all. I thought it was a great show. I thought this was. Really, at this point, Ring of Honor doesn't have bad pay-per-views. Like a lot of my complaints about Ring of Honor are the same complaints we've had for 2 years now about like the weekly show.
It's exactly the same as when I used to fucking host that Thursday show. Is like they haven't changed anything, Phil. Like most people that watch the pay-per-views do not watch the television shows, and you don't have to. And like that's okay, I guess. And like AEW again is known for this of like none of this matters because the pay-per-view is gonna hit, but like you can make the TVs matter too. I don't know.
You sure can.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Yes. Yeah. We got more super chats. We'll get into those and right off into the sunset. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I thought that if it puts the chat on the screen, I don't know what that. I agree. I thought that this was better than Super Card of Honor.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite ROH show this year for sure. With just like every match hit and there was only, like Phil said, the only kind of egregious bits are like, it's just Ring of Honor stuff. Who cares?
Yeah, they kind of tell you at every turn, like, this is just Ring of Honor.
Right.
It's in this.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you tell the fans this is how it is, they're going to believe that. And if it's just like, oh, this is just Ring of Honor, Bandito's going to move like this, Athena's going to move like this, then like, okay, it's just Ring of Honor. I got you. I hear you.
Yep.
The homie Leonard Aaron says Stephen A. Ruckus earned that thumbs down, and then to hit this home, he runs to faux news to cry to the audience that doesn't respect him. Yeah, they were looking at him like a fucking joke on that show, you know?
Bro. Going over there to that show and saying that this is what black people said about me. Ooh, nasty work, buddy. Ooh.
That's not completely insane. You know what I mean? To like, you know how that looks, G. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oof.
Van says, KO isn't going to get another top title. He's not a needle mover. Yuck, you Hunter. KO should be champ. Sammy should be champ. Finn should be champ.
Well, you know, Kevin Owens is main event at WrestleMania, so I don't think it's
that move's different.
I don't think it's totally out of realm of possibility that he can't be champion again. I'm just not sure where that could land time wise. I also wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, I do think that Sammy makes a lot of sense as the Money in the Bank winner. I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy gets a second reign as champion.
I see a Sammy second reign before another Owens reign. So at this time, at least, you know?
Yeah.
But like Kevin could beat Sammy for the championship. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a way to do that. I mean, if you're booking it this way, and like I said, if you put Sammy in the men's ladder match and he wins the briefcase, he cashes in and wins the belt, and Kevin Owens wins the Rumble, you could easily run that as a WrestleMania main event.
That's again sounds insane for the world title. Wow, what a life.
I don't know that I believe they'll do that, but you absolutely could make that work.
Mm-hmm. Andrew Brown says WWE doesn't know what they have with Hiromu. They would never book Hiromu versus Jacob Fatu in a serious match.
No.
They wouldn't.
No. But yeah, bro, Hiromu he's still got so much left in the tank, and I don't think that he even scratched the surface as a heavyweight with New Japan before he left. I still think that there was so much more he could have done, but hope it works out for him, man. I don't always have the highest hopes of New Japan wrestlers going there and doing well, but we'll see how it plays out.
You got to try it. That's what I always think. Like you don't want to go the whole life thinking like, what if I tried WWE? You got to try it, and maybe it'll be different for him. Ryan Ben says, it's official. If you can't get that Taz rub in Philly with the ECW hungry ROH crowd, time to make your own identity hook. Credit to ROHers. Insanity. Yeah, I mean, they're still trying to do just rehash his dad bits, and like, that's never really going to work, is it, Phil? You know?
I think it can, but you gotta remember when Hook was hot, it wasn't because he was Taz's son. He had his own meme and everything going. Like you're trying to add all of this Taz stuff on now to give him credibility that you didn't really need to do. I just think, I don't know.
Like, man, he had the send Hook thing, and that wasn't a Taz thing. That was his own thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you know, he's had moments on his own. Like he had the match with Joe on Dynamite. He's had he's had moments. It's just like, I don't know why it's not consistent with him. I don't know what the limitation is.
I mean, I do, but if you're gonna put him in Ring of Honor, put him in some fucking matches that are longer than 7 minutes where he just squashes guys. This guy's gonna have to learn how to really fucking work if you want him to work. If he's just gonna be dad squashing, suplexing people, no one's ever gonna give a shit. He's got to learn how to really go back and forth and have matches that are competitive and make you feel something when he's in that ring. He has nothing now. He's just a guy that does tributes to his dad, and nobody's going to connect to that, really.
Yeah, it's too late in the game to be still doing squash matches with him.
Dog. It's been like 4 years.
Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't do more indies. Like I think he would do really well with like GCW or like just doing like just showing up at West Coast Pro or doing like other small promotions.
He's done a couple of GCW shots, I think, in the last couple of months, but he's just TV hook.
Yeah.
So like this isn't helping. He's got to get down to the nitty gritty. Fucking put up some chairs, Phil. That's the only way.
Put up some chairs, dog. Yo.
It's the only way.
Can't wait for
kid.
Can't wait for Hook to lock that red rum on Avery Styles.
You know what's happening, and then Brody Jr. is gonna break it up, dog. It's all good. They're gonna have it's gonna be fine over there. It's gonna be cool. They're gonna love it. Leonard says the computerized kingdom need Alexandria York. That's a good one. That's a WCW throwback. Shout out to the homegirl that New Jack said was nuts. What's her name? Marlena Terry Reynolds. I was like, damn, what the fuck is her name? Terry? The other Mikey V says, never thought I'd cheer for Priest that hard. Yeah, that's what's dope about Ring of Honor too, is like it works. The development system works, and Adam Priest is proof of that. Of like, if you put a guy on, give him time, let him get little vignettes, let him have a little bit of talking time, but really just have him fucking work. The fans are attracted to that. Like Priest hasn't said a lot of words on TV, but like they know who he is because he's put in good positions, he's given time to shine, and it means something, you know?
Yeah.
And then LaRon Ford says, why does ROH only have 3 pay-per-views? They can do more. I think that like they're pretty maxed out with that, honestly. I think that's probably more than they want to do with Ring of Honor. It seems like, I don't want to say costly, but like an extra thing to like really make it all work. And I think that just a little bit more than they want to have to deal with. They got fucking, how many AEW pay-per-views are there at this point, you know? 11, 10, something like that?
It's close to 12 at this point.
Like it's intense.
It's a busy schedule, busy calendar.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the super chats. Y'all are dope.
Yeah, that is all of our super chats. Appreciate you guys. Got a few more Humper chats left. Tony says, I was nodding off and on during Bandito Nick, but I can tell you it was good. TK, I know you're listening. Get Athena and Hazuki on the all-in card. I don't care how, just do it. My God, that was match of the week. And again, Big Zook's dual contract, TK, bro. If it's not AEW, somebody is eventually going to snatch the Stardom chain, bro, and sign her because she's just too good, bro. Like, and she, like I said, she's getting more and more popular with the American crowd.
After the Mercedes ones, I was pretty convinced. I was like, oh, that did it. Because, like, the way that she was working in there, I was like, this is going to do it. And then, like, after this, like, she already can, the American fans get it, and she knows this style, too. Like, I'm curious as to why it hasn't happened already. Maybe she don't want to.
Yeah. Tony also says, Raw ended well with the closing segment. Kevin Owens and Punk match was fire. The bad, however, we got the bullshit finish with the fucking ref bump. Now you have made it where Punk is now a lucky champion who really hasn't won on his merits, but from others' interference. Yeah, I think that again is setting up for the Money in the Bank stuff. I do think we're gonna get a second Cody match. I think that's a big reason why that match ended the way it did.
Right, they're landed out for later, pretty much.
Yeah. Tony also says, then SmackDown had more fuckery with the Blake Julia match. He says, I really think they are stringing some of these ladies along. I know Julia allowing them to trademark her name is not major, but the way they have been treating her would have had me second guessing if I was her. I am worried for her once I saw that trademark because there's 2 ways to look at this. I know people can immediately say, oh, that means they're investing in her. They trademarked her name because they're going to give her a big push. could have trademarked her name because they don't want her to use it elsewhere either, though.
First thing that went to my mind is like, oh, they're trying to keep that name.
Yes, which she established that name on her own before she went there. So I hope it's not what it looks like to me. And I think that they have completely mismanaged her on the main roster. And
I hate the fumble shit, Phil, but I really thought that was going to be like an easy one, a softball. Like, here you guys go. Here's a big superstar that's going to work. And like the fact that it's not working is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't like how any of this looks. Having Blake come out and jump her before the match doesn't even make sense because Blake hasn't had a match yet on the main roster. Why wouldn't you just do the match? And the whole idea is that Blake feels like she should be in a championship match, so she's mad, but it's like
Julia's a pawn and all that. She just like another person to further along somebody else's story. That's crazy.
Yeah. The fact that Blake still hasn't had a match on SmackDown is crazy too.
Now it's a bit.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
It's gonna be like, remember Emma that one time? They kept showing those Emma videos, and then Emma just never got a match, and we just forgot about Emma. Shout out to Emma. Wrestling used to be so different. You get like Emma, you get blue pants. Like NXT used to be on some weirdo shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she just had her second kid.
Yeah, her and what's the homie's name?
Riddick Moss.
I want to call him Tucker Moss, Tucker Knight, but his name is definitely Riddick Moss. Is Tucker Knight a different person?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, buddy.
Mixing up these NXT white guys. Sorry, you guys. Oh, he was Madcap Moss. Oh man, wrestling is dumb, dude.
Different times on the show, man. Different NXT, buddy.
Madcap Moss, man.
Remember that time period with the happy Corbin stuff?
Oh my god. I used to be like, I have to I'm going to get up to turn my TV off manually. I'm so mad at it. I'm not even going to use the remote. This is bullshit.
Tony also says, the Hunt / what the fuck, we were reminded that the IWC and wrestlers are stupid overall. This Rover shit is crazy. Plus the Dustin shit, shaking my head. Hayden has touched a lot of people. The news and things surrounding her death is sad. The Neutrogena shit was nasty as hell. I have not seen this Neutrogena thing you're talking about.
I don't know what that is.
The Dustin thing was definitely something. Can't say that I was terribly surprised by it, but
I turned my phone off and they were like, "Oh, he just likes titties and guns a lot." And I was like, "All right, you know what? Let me shut this down." I think
I'm sure he does, but
yeah, I'm sure he does.
There's also another pattern there, but
yeah, no, but he just really likes titties and guns. They say, Phil. Yeah, that's why he didn't know. He can't see. He didn't have his readers on.
He didn't read the caption.
Nah.
Yeah. He apologized. He just there are other things around it that I was like, this looks like a familiar playbook we've seen before, and I was just like, let's go ahead and move on, guys.
And then it's like, oh, it's our fault. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I don't know how it's our fault that you did that. That's crazy. That's what always gets me. I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
That's why I said there's a similar playbook of, that it's too much hate and division. I was like, similar playbook. Tony also says, / what the fuck, Ilya is a free man. Enough said. They also brought up some other reports about others with their deals expiring that are off off TV too. The big name in that is Bailey. WWE seems confident she'll be back, but she's been showing she wants her money on IG stories. Yeah, she's definitely been posting some interesting stuff on IG.
I like that. That's the place where wrestlers get their bits off, is on IG with their little things. They're secretive on IG that we can all see.
Yeah. I do think it's funny. As a friend of Punk, she's doing the same thing he does with the IG stories. Very funny to me.
And this is the influence that they were talking about.
Yeah. Still not getting my hopes up, but we'll see. We'll see how this ends up. Don't let them play with your money, Bailey.
And Mercedes is helping get our hopes up too, because I'm like, she's trolling, but I'm following along. I like this.
Everybody's trolling. Then Tony wraps up. He says, with that, back to work. You know the drill. Fuck this administration and his orange ghoul, along with his racist and fascist fans. Shop local for produce. Protect each other. Peace and love. Thanks as always, Tony, man.
Appreciate you, Tony. Always.
I believe that is all of our Humper chats.
Thank you, guys. Y'all are cool. I think we have one more super chat from your boy KJ. Your boy KJ says, "Hey, Reg and Phil, just checking in on my last day at NOLA with the fam. This vacay has been a blast, for real. Man, W stream as always, fellas. Yeah, I've been jealous of you all week, KJ. You're out there living your life in Louisiana, and I want to get back to New Orleans very soon. I'm glad that it was great. Thanks for tuning into a bunch of streams while you've been out there, man. I'm glad you're having a good time."
Yeah. Hopefully you had a good vacation. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed Grapsody. This is where we are going to bid you adieu. We'll be back next Saturday. Sorry, we have one more super chat.
Nope.
Before we slide out.
Ben Simpner says, "Hey guys, I just tuned into the show because I have been gun shopping today because I'm an insecure white man. Hi, hope you have a great weekend." Ben's trolling, I think. Or is he not trolling? Nobody knows.
No, Dustin said he saw the gun. He liked the gun.
It's guns. I like guns, man. I saw a picture of a gun and I said, yes, I like this.
Which is a very Texan thing, sure. Listen, man, we'll see you guys next week. It's been a fun stream as always. Again, we'll be back at this very time on this very YouTube channel next Saturday. Next Sunday is All In.
Yes, sir.
Afternoon pay-per-view.
Morning pay-per-view for me.
Oh.
That should start at 10 a.m. over here.
Wow. But yeah, you know what it is. This has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. It's Righteous Reg. We're out of here.